5'10", All-Stater. I hope he never gets it. He's a freshman. I don't think.
Proud to broadcast high school athletics
online
from Portland's West Side.
We are West Side Mobile Media,
Banks, Oregon.
Coffee Roaster, Sarah Hesselman Keller Williams Realty, Scoggins Creek Coffee, Shannon Jennings Insurance, Specialty Screen Printing, Tenente's Pizza, Terry Powell American Family Insurance, and Wana Credit Union. Now here's the voice of Westside Mobile Media, Trevor Beard, alongside color analyst Jonathan Lee.
Good evening and welcome to Estacada High School, Buzz Randall Field, for tonight's matchup between the number 3 Banks Braves and the number 5 Estacada Rangers, according to the Week 2 OSAA 4A Coaches Poll. just about everybody either first or last when you come to the official OSAA rankings with only week 1 under their belt. Jonathan, big game tonight for these two teams. Banks coming off of a 24-0 victory at home in their opener over Gladstone. Estacada, a 38-8 win over Staten. And I know you've been talking a lot about the size of the line for Estacada over this past week. Tell us what kind of a difference that's going to make for tonight's game.
Well, it's huge. I mean, anytime you got those big hog mollies out there creating a line, and this is an offense, triple option, veer offense that Estacada runs, and they will run the football. They've got multiple running backs to do it. I think 5 running backs scored different touchdowns week 1. They're led by their top 2. That would be senior Jake Behrman, he's a senior, 6-foot senior, and then a junior running back, Waylon Rydell. We talked a little bit ago on Facebook Live, but these two are going to get the bulk of the load running the football for the Rangers, and with that big offensive line, it opens up the holes to get in there, and with that veer style option run, it's made for the one back, the B back as it's called, to go right off the guard, or the quarterback to go off the tackle or around the inside. But with these big guys up front, it's essential for their running offense to create those running lanes. So Banks is really going to have to be able to see where those holes are and plug those gaps.
Last year, Banks averaged twice as many points as they did in their week 1 opener. We talked going into last week's game about some of the inexperience on varsity for the offense and defensive line. They lost a couple of key players last year to graduation in Tyler Exline and Ramsey Herring, both now at Eastern Oregon. That was really a key to even that game being as close as it was. The defensive line pitched a shutout against Gladstone, but the offensive line couldn't create any holes for Jamar Flippin, held to just 66 yards despite that opening punt return, 70 yards for a touchdown.
Yeah, young offensive line versus experienced offensive line. That's what you have here tonight. You've got an experienced big offensive line of Estacada. Experience throughout this whole roster. They only have 7 seniors, but they have 13 juniors on this team. So 20 upperclassmen to lead the team, and a lot of these guys are huge on the linemen. And it all starts with number 67, Devin Gottschall. He's a 5'10", 240-pound senior. Goes both ways. On defense, he just plugs up the middle, and he's looking to make the night rough and make some Friday night nightmares for Jamar Flippin when his head hits the pillow tonight. So they must know where 67 is. Devin Gottschall, he's got the capability of an all-state lineman. So a really big guy both ways there. Also, Cody White, he's 6'7", 270, a junior. So he's probably going to grow as he goes on. But Dominic Nakas, another guy who's all league, could be all state. And then Jacoby Fullerton. Jacoby Fullerton goes 6'1", 265. Dominic Nakas, 6'5", 265. So a lot of beef on that offensive line, which is exactly, as I talked about, what you want when you're a mostly running team. But hey, don't get me wrong, Corey James, the junior quarterback, he can run the football too. He can also pass for almost 100 yards last week, ran for 80 yards. So he's got the tools to do both. And Coach Andy Mott for Estacada really likes his junior quarterback who won the job last spring.
Thanks, Jonathan. We'll take a 1-minute break, and when we come back, Jonathan will have Lee's Keys to the Game, presented by Sarah Hesselman at Keller Williams Realty.
Thinking about updating your kitchen or bath? James Bond Remodeling has over 20 years experience fabricating and installing stone countertops and can upgrade your home with the countertops of your dreams without the dreamy price tag. They pride themselves on quality and customer satisfaction. They offer stone countertop fabrication and installation and cabinet installation services. They'll do their best to beat any bid by 10%. Based locally in Washington County, they'll do jobs in most Portland metro locations. Call 503-753-9993 or email jasonbondremodeling@gmail.com. Jason Bond Remodeling, Oregon CCV number 227733.
Jim's Market in Banks is an institution serving the community for generations. They're actively involved in events and athletics from the youth league to high school level. Let them serve you with their locally grown fresh produce, fresh bakery items, including custom cakes, and quick hot food from their in-store deli. Jim's Market, conveniently located at the south entrance to Banks.
And we're back. Time for Lee's Keys to the Game, sponsored by Sarah Hesselman Keller Williams Realty. Let Sarah help you find the keys to your next home. Jonathan, what are the 3 things we need to watch for tonight's game?
Well, right there at the top, unmasking the option. Estacada loves to run the football. It's no doubt about that. They can pass the ball as well. Officially, they run the triple option in a style, kind of a style. It's not. Triple option is like what they run, but it's kind of a veer-style offense, which really poses a lot of deception because they could line up. Some teams line up in the I formation out of that. Some line up out of a multiple back set, and they'll put twins up there on the line. So they could throw the ball, they could run the ball. You just really don't know until it comes, so you got to really watch for that. Whatever the option, Banks defenders must play assignment football all night, and I'm sure Coach Linehan and his staff have done a great job all week preparing the guys for that. But now, on game day, you got to execute that plan, and you got to come out and do it. Play your assignments. Sometimes that means staying home and not get caught watching, watching the other side, or boom, a 70-yard explosion play can happen. You don't want that. And, of course, we talked about last week, win the battle on the line. Banks' defensive line was solid last week. They need to be so again this week, and just really cover those options so that Estacada runs out of options at the end of the day. If they can do that, they'll have a very happy bus ride back home to Banks. And, of course, number 2 is where's Waylon? I'm talking about Waylon Rydell. He's a junior running back, middle linebacker for Estacada, number 44. This guy has a motor that never stops. I watched some of the highlights for him last week at State, and he's very smart. He knows his situation, knows his role on the football field, has a very keen sense of what's going on. I mean, a lot of times, every play when he's on defense, he's sitting there in his middle linebacker position in the field. The play's happening or it goes to the sideline. Boom, Waylon is right there, Johnny on the spot, gets the solo tackle. He's got very quick closing speed. I mean, quicker than the quick brown fox and quicker than Jimmy John. So that we know is very, very fast. Coach Mott says that Rydell defensively is a tackling machine at inside backer. He did have some pretty good hits, Trevor, in that game at State. And, of course, number 3, we talked about it earlier. Trevor talked about it with the 16 points. Special teams just got to be special. Last week, Banks got 16 of their 24 points from Jamar Flippin's punt return to the house and 10 points from place kicker extraordinaire Wyatt Hesselman. 3 field goals and a point after try. They don't have to get those exact stats tonight, but special teams needs to be special. Special teams can win or lose games for you. So don't give up those explosion plays to Estacada. And when Banks punts, pin them deep, and I think Wyatt Hesselman is the perfect man to do that. He's got a great leg, and he can really boom some of those punts. So special teams be special. And again, Trevor, a fun bus ride back home to Banks and a very happy Coach Linehan.
And the other thing we talked about also that we added late, the procedural issues in the third quarter. They had a drive where they went back, it seemed, about 40 yards. Every time they'd have a big play on that drive, they'd have a false start or illegal procedure penalty. And I think that just comes from having a new line on varsity that's not used to playing together. That can have a big impact when you're on the road. At home, that you can get away with stuff like that and still win the game, but you're going to have a lot of crowd noise here tonight, and the offensive line especially is going to have to be aware of that.
Yeah, certainly, you touched on it right there. I mean, anytime you go on the road in a new environment, those kind of things, you expect those things to happen, those procedural type penalties, because you've got a lot more going on. You don't know what the whole game management plan is, so you don't know when they're going to play music or when the band's going to be playing, or you've got hostile crowd, a lot more of your opponent's fans in there. So, but hopefully, having gotten that taken care of the first game, hopefully they've gone over that and they'll get that out of their system. And definitely be more disciplined and hold their water, as they say, on the line.
Thanks, Jonathan. There's Lee's Keys to the Game, presented by Sarah Hesselman Keller Williams. Let Sarah help you find the keys to your next home. We'll be back in 1 minute with a look at the 4A District 1 schedule for Week 2, presented by Awana Credit Union.
Thinking about buying or selling a home? Sarah Hesselman, Realtor with Keller Williams Realty, will help you with your real estate needs. Call 503-313-0748 or email Sarah at sarahhesselman.com. Serving your community daily and proud to support the starting lineup of your bank's Braves. Sarah Hesselman, Realtor with Keller Williams Realty. Call 503-313-0748.
Small businesses represent so much more than the uniqueness of our area and the personality of our communities. Local business also represents the hard work and history of the places we live, which is why Awana Credit Union is staying open, so that your business can stay open too. Awana Credit Union offers all types of commercial lending options, including business credit cards, vehicle and equipment loans, small business lines of credit, and more. Stop by a branch, reach out to our commercial team, or check out wanafcu.org to open your doors and keep them open so that your business thrives for years to come. Awana Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
And we're back. Time to take a look at the 4A District 1 Week 2 football schedule. Game number 1, Valley Catholic lost last week 52-0 to 3A Philomath at home. They're on the road this week at Woodburn. 35-0 shutout victory over Klamath at home last week. Astoria, Week 1, a 45-7 win over Cottage Grove. They're going to get a test tonight from a Gladstone team that's looking for a little bit of revenge after, not really revenge, but hungry for a win after their loss to Banks last week. Marist of Eugene, big test for Tillamook on the road at the Cheesemakers. Tillamook a 48-13 win over Newport. Tillamook in some top 10 polls. Newport got pummeled. We told you about that last week at Tillamook. They're at Seaside. That could be a 40-point rule game. Seaside a 55-0 win at home last week over North Marion. Milwaukee, their crosstown rival 5A Putnam. Putnam a 25-20 loss last week to McKay of Salem. Milwaukee a 21-12 win over Malala. Milwaukee, the team that replaced Malala a couple of years ago in the 4A District 1. And then Banks, our game tonight, a Week 1 win, 24-0 over Gladstone last week. They're at Estacada, who defeated Staten 38-8 again last week. Number 3 Banks versus number 5 Estacada. Should be a doozy. We'll take a 1-minute break and be back with the kickoff in just a few minutes. We'll take a 1-minute break and be back after this.
Rankings are important numbers in determining Oregon high school playoffs. So are rankings when choosing a lender to help you with purchasing or refinancing your home. Our local community home loan expert, Christy Van Meter at Caliber Home Loans, is ready to help you win the day. Call Christy today for all of your home loan needs at 503-327-5302 or caliberhomeloans.com/kvanmeter. Christy Van Meter, NMLS number 1700271, state licensed in Oregon, an equal housing lender. All products are subject to credit and property approval.
Proudly serving our neighbors in Washington County since 1946, LaHaye's is your destination for locally made Letterman's jackets, custom embroidery for business apparel or a unique gift, and scouting uniforms and supplies. LaHaye's is on the corner of 3rd and Main in historic downtown Hillsboro. Open Wednesday through Friday, 10 to 6, Saturday, 10 to 4, and anytime online at lahayes.com or call us at 503-648-2341.
Well, Trevor, checking some of the scores from other games in around the Portland metro area on the Awana Credit Union scoreboard. We have a couple of finals from the 6A Metro League. Westview defeated Mountainside tonight 49-16, and Jesuit top Tigered 17-7. As always, thanks to Awana Credit Union and our great sponsors, but Awana Credit Union for sponsoring our scoreboard. Trevor?
And again, we want to thank Scoreboard Live, kind of taking over where Oregon Live prep results have kind of dropped off over the last few years. A lot of friends I know at SB Live that have moved over from the Oregonian as beat writers for high school sports in the state of Oregon. Just under 5.5 minutes left before tonight's kickoff. Jonathan?
Yeah, and you mentioned the Scorebook Live. They did each week, I think it comes out on Thursdays. They sort of project kind of for fun, like, the games, upcoming games, and give their predictions. And there's like a panel of 13. I counted them, 13 in every game. They had a few, I think there's about 20 games that they picked and a few more others from around the state. Of all the games they picked, there was one game that had a unanimous pick. That was our game right here tonight at Buzz Randall Field. 13 picks for the Banks Braves to win tonight. I'm going to add it 14. Banks wins tonight.
Do you have a prediction on the score?
That I haven't worked on.
Banks will be coming out in their home white uniform, or in their road white uniforms, similar to the Chargers, navy blue with Vegas gold, kind of a brownish gold coloring, navy blue and gold stripes across the shoulder pads, white helmets with the Vegas gold and navy blue arrowhead, the new logo for the Braves, replacing the old logo a couple of years ago. Estacada will be in their home black uniforms with silver numerals, dark green, kind of a forest green outline, forest green stripes on the outside, sandwiched in between is a silver stripe, white helmets with black star and an E in the middle representing Estacada. Black wide stripe down the center of the helmet with green stripes on the sides, and Rangers in white lettering across the chest above the numerals. Black pants for Estacada and navy blue pants with Vegas gold diamond pattern mirrored across the length of each side of the pants.
Welcome, everybody.
For the Braves.
Who are in attendance to please rise.
One moment for tonight's national anthem.
Introducing the Estacada Concert Choir.
And we're back, a little over a minute left before kickoff for tonight's game. I've not seen the opening coin toss yet at midfield. A very plain, no logo at the 50-yard line. Just kind of reminds me a little bit of Wrigley Field. We talked about that a little bit walking in. The hedges on the visitors' side of the football field on, I guess, what would be the east side of Buzz Randall Field as we wind down to under a minute to kickoff. Jonathan?
It looks a lot like the Harvard football field minus the slants in the end zone, but everything else like Harvard, Princeton, it's very Wrigley Field, but also like in terms of a football setting, kind of very IB-esque with the bushes around the field, like that. You know, the kind of thing, Wrigley or IB League looking school like Harvard, Columbia, kind of those schools.
You mentioned the slanted lines in the end zone. Reminds me of Notre Dame also.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, I wanted to make one little note about the national anthem there, if I could. It was wonderfully done there. I did catch that. That was the Estacada Concert Choir, and there was even a couple of the Estacada football players that were singing there. Among them, the backup quarterback, Andrew Rydell, who we believe is the brother of Waylon Rydell.
Captains for each team are meeting now at midfield. Four players from each team. Last week it seemed they did the coin toss a lot earlier. Banks calls heads and wins the toss. They will, I'm sure, defer like they did last week, although no indication yet. Nice to have the white hat mic'd up tonight so we can actually hear him from the top of the bleachers. And, in fact, Banks will defer to the second half, and Estacada will receive to our right on the south end of the field.
We're going to take a minute to run through the starters for the Banks Braves at defense.
Yeah, I was just thinking, Trevor, not too many teams that, after a team defers, are you going to see them decide, oh, we'll go ahead and kick the football. And then end up, I actually have seen it happen before as my time as a younger high school football official. Of course, they have younger coaches, and they'll be like, oh, well, we'll kick it. They'll defer, and they'll choose to kick it. No. They end up having to kick at the start of each half.
I heard a story recently where one team actually won the opening toss and actually chose, with the opening toss, wound up choosing the end of the field they wanted to play on, and it just made a mess. But maybe it was a game where wind played a factor.
And now the starting lineup for your Estacada Rangers. Starting at quarterback number 2, Corey James. Starting at running back number 8, Caleb McDonald. Also at running back number 27, Hunter McDonald. Third to start at running back number 39, Jake Berman. Starting at wide receiver number 5, Cameron Johnson. Also starting at wide receiver number 3, Jacob Sittner. Starting center for your Rangers, number 66, Mariano Martinez. Starting at guard, number 67, Devin Gacho. Also starting at guard, number 72, Dominic Nacoste. Starting tackles for the Estacada Rangers, number 77, Jackson Turner. Also number 69, Cody White.
So no introduction for the Braves from the Estacada public address announcer. Hesselman has it booted away and will be taken inside the 5. And still on his feet, dragging a couple tacklers up close to the 35 is the ball carrier number 22, James Duran, 6 foot, 190-pound junior running back.
Rangers advance ball to number 35-yard line. First down.
So Corey James, 6 foot, 175-pound senior quarterback, plays both sides. Also defensive back number 2 gets ready to bring his team to the line. Jamar Flippin, the lone safety for the Braves. And the give off the left side, and it's trouble. Good 6-7 yards, still breaking tackles, and it's going to be about a half yard short of a first down. And again, Jonathan, we talked about the line. Defensive line played well last week after giving up a couple of early big plays, but 9.5 yards on first down is way too much.
Yeah, they were sitting back. Kind of surprised me a little bit. They were in a 4-3, and they had 3 secondary members back there. Looked like they were kind of, but that's that deception of the veer offense. You don't really know what's going to come until they snap it.
James again tossed right side to Hunter McDonald, and I think he's going to lose a couple of yards back behind the 45 to about the 43, a big third down play for the Braves defense.
Yeah, Banks was really ready for it that time. Everybody stayed home, as I talked about, played their assignment, and they're right there, had great pursuit of the football. They just swarmed the ball carrier.
Third down and 2, and I would not expect Estacada to be shut out tonight. If that's the case, Banks may have the defense of the year in 4A, but give is going to be held short. Not much there, and Braves defense hold, and we'll see. I'm sure Estacada will punt, but ball up near midfield. Estacada may have a decision here.
Looks like about 4th and 3, so it's that short yardage situation. I don't think they'll really play much. We'll see if how good their punter really is. I mean, they don't really list a kicker punter on their roster.
And
so
they don't seem to be bringing a kicker in. It appears Estacada will go for it on 4th and 2 from the 43. And the give is first down past the 45. Ball carrier number 44, Waylon Rydell. We talked about him in the pregame.
Yeah, he's a load. You just give him the football, and he's going to rumble. He's got great size. He's like 6'2", and he'll just give him the football, and he'll just muscle his way right through bowl his way right through the line.
And 4 plays, 4 rushes for Estacada have not gone to the air yet. James with the tight formation, no receivers spread out that wide, and give off the far side, and good job of tackling, but actually he's still going to lose about a yard as he tried to struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think he'll lose about half a yard.
Ball carried by 44,
Waylon Rydell
for 2 yard loss.
Loses back to the 45, second down and 11.
Banks with 5 guys up on the line.
James under center, quick throw out, high, intercepted! Jamar flipping down the far side, I think he got out of bounds near the original line of scrimmage back at the 45, but Linehan is upset about something. Are they going to rule this play dead?
They're talking. We've got the white hat in there with a couple of the, looks like the side judges.
Pass was tipped. I think it is going to be Braves football. Braves bench is applauding across the way.
Immediately following the interception, there was an inadvertent whistle on the play. The ball will be a first down for Banks at the spot of the interception.
And that may have cost Jamar Flippin a touchdown as he stopped due to the inadvertent whistle, had room down the far sideline. Appeared he may have stepped out of bounds near the original line of scrimmage at the Estacada 45. We talked about turnovers last week. That's the first big one of the season so far for Banks.
And, I talked about it. You got to, special teams being special, and you got one of those things in there with on defense is to get takeaways, create turnovers, and Banks doing it again here. So on the first pass.
4 receiver set, 3 to the near side at the bottom of the screen, or at the bottom of the field, near side to the home side of the field. The give this time to number 24 down the near side. It gets close to a first down to the 40, a late flag. Justin Walters on the carry off the right side, but, well, I think we're going to get a sideline warning from Estacada, or some kind of a sportsmanlike penalty against the Rangers.
Yeah, they were talking. Actually, one of the officials and the Estacada coach had to be separated by another official, putting his arms in there, pushing him back.
After the play, personal foul, late hit out of bounds. Defense, 15 on the penalty.
Late hit against Estacada, 15-yard unsportsmanlike penalty will give the Braves even better field position following the interception on the opening drive from Estacada. That will put the Braves with 1st and 10 at about the Estacada 24-yard line.
23-yard line.
Yeah, the home crowd here definitely not liking that one, as you would expect, but that was clearly, I mean, I saw that. They were like way too far out of bounds.
Twins each side for Goebel, with Flippin lined up as a receiver and Walters the lone back. Goebel looks to throw. Now will step out of the pocket and throw late. Bobbled, and official says it hit the ground first, intended for Jamar Flippin down near the goal line. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, you just he really had to get. He had heavy pursuit. Goebel did behind him, and he just really had to get that one away before he wanted to, and just kind of threw a little bit low, and the receiver couldn't quite get down and get his arms around the ball before.
It looked like he had room to run for a first down if he had chose to keep it. Again, trying some different sets with Jamar Flippin. Again, lined up as a receiver, 3 to the far side, with number 4, Hunter Smith, the lone receiver to the near side.
Again, Estacada back in a diamond.
Walters the lone back. Goebel quick throw out to Flippin, hit hard, and he's going to lose about 5. I think they were looking to go with the screenplay, and Jamar is a little shaken up, and he will come up off the field, or will at least be able to stand up. But nice job of tackling that time by Estacada, needing to come up with a big defensive stop deep in their own territory.
That's the tackling machine in there on the stop, Waylon Rydell. He's just got that pursuit, and, you know, we talked about it. You got to know where he's on the field, and you got to anticipate what he's doing. You got to help Jamar out. Otherwise, it's going to be a long night trying to run the football on him. Good luck.
So 3rd and long, and this is one of those areas that if you don't pick up the first down, do you go to Wyatt Hesselman again here early? Goebel out of shotgun, far side, looks right, still looking, and nearly slips and falls, gets out of it, has to get rid of it, and has some room. He may pick up the first down, and he slides. He's going to be close. Nice job of evading pursuit by Cooper Goebel. And on 3rd and 14, now I think they're close enough to where they'll probably go for it, even if it's not a first down. Kind of hard to tell with the wooden beams kind of blocking our vantage point in a few spots. But it appears Braves will go for it on 4th. Oh, no, now they are bringing in Wyatt Hesselman. 4th and about 4 yards from, looks like, the 16. They're scoreboard says 15, so looks like it'll be a 25-yard field goal. Ball on the right hash mark.
That was a nice move by Cooper Goebel. That would talk about instincts and awareness of the field. He knew where he was. He saw the lane and got in there. I think he just slid a little bit too early. It's a great idea to slide and avoid the contact.
Kick is down, and it is up, and it's wide to the left. No good. So the Braves get a turnover on the opening possession from Estacada, but Wyatt Hesselman's 25-yard field goal misses wide to the left. And with 7:11 to go in the first quarter, it's still no score between number 3 Banks and number 5 Estacada. Estacada Rangers will take over on downs, 1st and 10 from their own 16. Slurpee time, 7:11 to go in the first quarter. Corey James under center and give up the middle trip. Nice bit of blocking, but again, close to another first down for
number 2, Corey James with the keeper.
Actually, James kept it and gets about 8 or 9 yards. Again, too much on first down.
That's that triple option right there, because he's always going to fake the pitch, and you never know when he's going to actually take the ball back in there, and it's really deceptive.
And he's going to keep it again off the left side this time, and I don't know. I think he's going to have the first down. If he did cross the 30, which is where the first down marker is across the way, and it is an Estacada first down.
Picked up a couple of yards there to get it across, just barely across to move the chains.
So the Braves defense last week played pretty decent with the defensive line against the rush, but secondary had issues, just too many drop passes for Gladstone. Tonight they get an interception from Jamar Flippin on Estacada's first drive, And now they're having problems stopping the run. James, number 27, Hunter McDonald goes in motion. I think we're going to have a false start on Estacada. It looked like McDonald moved early. Oh, they're pointing at Banks.
Encroachment on the defense. Yeah, the linebacker was coming up. I was just looking at that. The linebacker for Banks was Jamar Flippin was kind of coming up, and he kind of jumped a little stutter, and then that's when they called him for encroachment.
1st and 5 from the 36. And late toss off the far side, and another first down for number 22, James Durand, off the far side for a first down up to midfield.
Yeah, that's that thing. You got multiple running backs that can carry the football, and you just, you get, like, there's a couple of guys that go with it, and you get keyed on that. You got to know, because they could just go pop back with the next guy, and he's going to come around and beat you at a whole new angle. That's the thing that makes it so tough.
Result, Rangers first down.
1st and 10, Estacada from midfield. Durand again goes in motion. This time keeps and gets a couple better job by the defense, but again, 3 or 4 yards on first down. I think Corey James kept it that time.
Yeah, he went right up the middle that time. Tried to go that little dive route in between the guard and the center, and Banks has been very strong up the middle. They try to run against Banks, and Banks is right there to stop them, but when they go to the outside, that's when they're getting a lot more of their yardage, is Estacada.
2nd down and 6, nearing 5 minutes. No score in the first quarter. Number 3, Banks at number 5, Estacada, OSAA 4A high school football. Toss sweep to the near side to number 8, Caleb McDonald, and short of the first down. Looks like about 2 or 3 yards. I think they're going to mark it at the 42. Another big 3rd down play for the Banks Braves to try to get their defense off the field.
3rd and about 2 yards. Look like maybe a yard and a half. 3rd and 2.
Number 8, Caleb McDonald. With the ball,
Caleb McDonald, one of the leading rushers last week at Staten for Estacada.
Banks needs to force Estacada into more long-distance opportunities to force him to throw the ball more, get another interception. I think that was the first pass play, too, was that interception by Jamar Flippin.
First and only pass, yeah.
And the give is another first down up to the 35 for the Rangers, and moving the ball into Braves territory with 4:12 left.
That was the big old classic fullback dive. Just give it to number 44, Waylon Rydell, right up the middle, and he burst through. And he's like a bulldog. You just bust it right through the line, and he's going to break that line. One of the very few runs that they've gotten right up the middle that Banks has been pushed back on.
First and 10 from the Braves 34. James. Again, another handoff close to the 30. It'll be a gain of about 3, down close to the 31, almost 4, 2nd down, and a long 6. They're going to actually mark it a yard back. I think a favorable spot for the Braves. 2nd down and 7 from the just outside the 31.
Ranger faithful getting jacked up with the flag going back and forth here at Buzz Randall Field.
2nd and 7 for James. Fakes the sweep and gives to number 39, Jake Behrman, up the middle, past the first down marker, down close to the 20. 1st and 10, Estacada.
Yeah, and that time there was motion there in the backfield, so another deceptive move that Banks defense has to look at. There was a man going in motion to the right, and they decided to give it. It's, you got those 3 different options that you can go, and sometimes 4 when you have multiple running backs in there like that.
They'll actually mark it at the 23. 1st and 10 with one receiver split out wide to the near side. And the give this time brought down for about a 2-yard loss on the give to Caleb McDonald.
Good pursuit. He had some help there. Looked like 32 in there for Banks as well, and some help from his friends. Four guys all around him. They're staying home and not fooled by that play.
Number 32 not on the roster for the Braves. I think we're missing, no 32 on the roster. We're missing some players from last week's roster. Number 4, Andrew Rydell, listed as quarterback, lined up as a near side receiver, and is going to keep it. He's going to lose again all the way back to the 25. Another yard loss. A big third down and long. We talked about forcing Estacada into long yardage situations, and an opportunity for another possible Jamar Flippin interception on 3rd and 12.
Yeah, great pursuit that time. They were all over it again the same way. They're right there and going in bunches. Kind of that gang blue kind of deal right there, kind of that old gang blue when Coach Linehan was at Oregon. You know, the gang green defense, and right there, I guess, gang blue we call it. Braves Nation.
90 seconds left for the first quarter. No score despite two very high-scoring offenses. It's been the defense for both teams that have made the news so far in this game. I think we have a timeout, Estacada. Near side official in the black hat on the Estacada side of the field. 1:19 to go in the first quarter. We'll take our first commercial break. We'll be back after this. Terry Powell, American Family Insurance, timeout.
At American Family Insurance, protecting farms is at the heart of what we do. After all, it's where we got our start more than 90 years ago. We understand it's more than a farm, it's your life. And that's why we offer customizable policies that protect what you've worked for. Let's build the policy your farm deserves.
Call American Family Agent Terry Powell in Gaston, 503-521-8842.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
American Family Insurance.
And we're back, 1:19 to go in the first quarter, no score. Timeout, Gaston. Timeout, Estacada, 3rd down and 12 from the Braves 25. Last time Estacada was in a passing situation, Jamar Flippin had an interception, but the Braves unable to capitalize after Wyatt Hesselman missed a 25-yard field goal wide to the left. Tight formation from the Rangers, far side hash mark. And he's going to keep it. It's going to be short of the first down, and maybe 2-down territory for Estacada, I guess. He gets just past the 20 to the 19, but needs to get to about the 13. It'll be 4th and 7 from inside the 20.
And it looks like they're going to go for it. I don't think they have a punter. I mean, they barely have a kicker. Most of their extra point conversions last week were all 2-point conversions, except for the very end of the game. They actually kicked an extra point.
Yeah, there is no kicker listed on the roster for the Rangers, and this might be the final play of the first quarter. James again under center. Cameron Johnson, the receiver to the near side, looks to throw, and the pass is caught. Down inside the 10, inside the 5, to about the 4. It'll be 1st and goal, Estacada, with 29 seconds left in the quarter.
Yeah, that was just a simple pass right over the middle, and he just got the receiver right there, and he got it right to him. And that's one of the things I noticed. They don't pass often, but they pass pretty accurately.
That may be, well, it looks like Estacada is lined up trying to get a score in before the end of the quarter, under 20 seconds. And to give off the right side, spins, and no, now far side official rules touchdown. 8 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Estacada a 6-0 lead after Corey James keeps it from about 4 yards out off the right side and is able to squeeze his way through for a touchdown on the left end of the field.
Yeah, he just took it, went right up off the center, in between the guard and the center, right down the middle. About as easy as it gets.
And the Rangers go for 2 and will easily get through. It looked like he had plenty of space up the middle. Number 22, James Duran, the ball carrier on the 2-point conversion. But 8 seconds to go in the first quarter. We'll keep it here. It's number 5, Estacada 6. Number 3, Banks nothing. We will take a 30-second break, though, for the touchdown score.
Fans out there, if you get a chance,
Andy McNabb Allstate in North Plains is your local Allstate agent. Located at 10120 Northwest Glencoe, across from Subway. She has 20 years of Allstate experience providing auto, home, renters, life, and other insurance products. Get a quote and receive a $10 gift card. Andy McNabb Allstate. Call 503-433-5030. That's 503-433-5030.
And we're back, 8 seconds to go in the first quarter. Number 5, Estacada 6. Number 3, Banks nothing after the 4-yard run from Corey James for the opening touchdown of the game.
Four first downs on that drive for Estacada. All of those first downs coming via the rush. Ending with a 4-yard rush by Corey James with 8.3 seconds to go. 6-0. Estacada on top as they get ready to kick the ball away. Jamar flipping back deep for the Banks Braves. And it is going to the right side, and it's going to go out of bounds. And this is going to come out to the 35-yard line where Banks is going to take over 1st and 10.
Thanks, Jonathan, for taking over for the first play after the touchdown from Estacada, working on some in-game graphic issues.
So they won't take over the 35. Banks is going to make them re-kick it.
Well, I think they want to try to give Jamar Flippin every opportunity that they can to try to tie things up here at the end of the first quarter, the way he gave the Braves the lead to start last week against Gladstone.
That makes sense. And, right now they kind of need a little bit of a spark and kind of get going. You know, the life is kind of sucked out over there on the far sidelines of the Braves, and momentum right now on the home team side. So, yeah, let's do something to charge them up a little bit.
6-0 Estacada, the early lead. Their kickoff following their touchdown goes out of bounds to the far side. The Braves will make them re-kick. They're going to try it again, but it's going to be taken and then handed off to Flippin. Far side, spins, breaks a couple of tackles, gets up close to the 40, and the Braves will have time for one play before the end of the first quarter with the ball in front of their own bench on the far side from about the 38-yard line. So a decent return for Jamar after getting the handoff after the ball was initially kicked to the up back.
Going to mark it officially on the 37-yard line of Banks. So plus 2 yards by making a kick. They would have added at the 35, but got a couple more yards.
1st and 10 for the Braves. Banks looks like they're going to go with Flippin as an extra receiver tonight, with Walters the lone back, left of Goebel, twins each side. Goebel, high snap, fakes to give to Walters, throws over the middle. Chuck White makes a couple of men miss. He has a first down up past midfield, and the Braves are going to have momentum and nearly a score before the end of the first quarter. Finally brought down inside the 40-yard line to end the first quarter. A huge pass play gain of about 25 on the pass play from Goebel to Chuck White as we end the first quarter. It's number 5, Estacada 6, number 3, Banks nothing. We'll take a 30-second break and be back after this from Banks Post.
Banks Post newspaper is the official news provider of West Side's greatest hits. Listen hourly for West Side news from the Banks Post newsroom. Banks Post newspaper covers Banks, Manning, Buxton, Roy, and surrounding western Washington County communities. If you'd like more information on the Banks Post or want to pick up a copy, visit a local business today. You can also visit their website at bankspost.com or their Facebook page, Banks Post.
And we're back. Chuck White listed as number 31 on the roster, but number 32 on the field, making the huge catch all the way down to the Estacada 38-yard line. 1st and 10 Braves for the opening play of the second quarter. Goebel out of shotgun, quick throw out, caught, and unable to break away. Short gain of about 3 to number 15, Aaron Brown, making the completion.
Pass complete to number 15, Aaron Brown.
2nd down and about 7 from the 36 of the Rangers.
Trevor, we were talking about moments ago, this being just a second drive, but that's pass play with 26 yards. Some really good momentum here. You hope that they can build on that here to start second quarter.
4 receivers set. Receiver on the far side, a couple of yards off the line. Now Flippin goes in motion. Toss to Flippin, and he's going to be drugged back and laterals it, and it's intercepted. And that should go as an illegal forward pass, but I'm sure Estacada is going to decline it. We talked last week about Jamar Flippin needing to be smart with the football. That was not a smart play.
It was kind of a that'll be backwards, like a lateral, so it'll go down as a fumble recovered by Estacada.
It looked like a forward pass, though. I know what he was trying to do. Was lateral the ball to another Banks player behind him, but wound up lateraling it right to an Estacada player. And again, momentum goes right back to Estacada after another turnover.
Forward fumble into Estacada hands. Result of the play.
1st and 10 Rangers from their own 43. Oh, no, nearly intercepted through the hands of Dylan Smith. And it's going to be 2nd down and 10. Great opportunity for the Braves, and I don't think he was expecting it and just couldn't catch his.
He was in the right place. He just his body had to wrap back. He was kind of overrunning. It was behind him a little bit. He tried to wrap around and catch it and just couldn't quite reach out and pull it back into his body.
2nd down and 10 for the Rangers from their own 43 following the fumble lateral from Jamar Flippin, and 3rd down. Oh, no! It's going to be a big play for number 2. Beautiful fake. Corey James down the far side, and Estacada's in business again down near the red zone.
Corey James, he's got the ball back there, and he just puts it out there like you're going to do, like he's going to pitch. Every time he makes that pitch move, and you never know when he's going to just slip that ball right through the ball carrier, and then he just takes off. So great job of deception there by Corey to take it, and then he got to the sidelines and he was gone. But just got him at the end.
A gain of 22 for Corey James after the fake, and he kept it down the far side. Ball on the far side hash mark. Player goes in motion, and looked like the ball may have came out late, but number 39, the ball carrier, Jake Behrman.
Number 39, Jake Behrman.
Gain of about 6 on 1st down, 2nd down and 4 from the 15.
6-foot senior gets a bulk of the carries. I mean, they 5-6 running backs deep in a game, but he gets the bulk of them.
Estacada uniforms from up here look almost like the old Raiders uniforms, and again the give to Behrman. Forces way up the middle for a couple. He might be short of the 1st down, and even if he is short, it's 2-down territory for Estacada, and they do say 1st down.
Number 39, Jake Behrman.
1st and goal from the 10. Estacada has already scored the opening touchdown late in the 1st quarter with 8 seconds left off of a 4-yard run from Corey James, the Rangers starting quarterback, again under center.
Banks looks like in a nickel formation.
And the give off the far side, and he's tripped up in the backfield.
Number 2, Corey James with the keeper.
Number 2, Jack Lyda in on the tackle. No gain, actually a loss of a yard. No kick for Estacada, so don't expect them to attempt any field goals down even this close to the end zone.
Yeah, Jack Lyda, they're right there. He sort of ran right into Jack, and he right there to wrap him up.
Jack Lyda, not a big guy, listed as a cornerback, 160-pound, 5'10 junior, but James not a big quarterback either. And the give, again, number 23, Davon Vereen and Jack Lyda in on the tackle. It'll be third down and 5 from the third down and goal from the 5 for the Rangers with.
And that was Corey James again on the carry for Estacada, just going around the left side and running his way for more yardage, getting a little bit closer to the goal line.
James with one back in motion, toss sweep to the far side, and got screened out by an Estacada fan. It's going to be fourth down. Number 6. Not on the roster for the Braves. 4th and 2, and a big opportunity for the Braves defense to try to hold this to a one-score game, but even with a stop, they're going to be deep in their own end zone. And give up the middle is an Estacada touchdown from 2 yards out. Looked like it might have been number 44. It is Waylon Rydell, according to the Rangers public address. That will put the Rangers up 2 full scores at 12-0. Again, they'll go for 2 and give off the right side, and
he got it.
2-point conversion is good. So with 7:43 to go in the first half, it's now Estacada with their second touchdown of the game. The Rangers 14. Oh, but a penalty on the conversion, so.
It was a holding penalty against 69 for Estacada on the offensive line, so they're gonna push him back and make him redo it.
Holding against Cody White for the Rangers, so they'll retry the 2-point conversion from 10 yards back.
Yeah, Banks was right there to catch him, and it did look like they were a little bit behind there, and well, that's why they were getting held up there at the line.
And now Estacada is going to kick with Caleb McDonald and attempt the extra point.
He made one extra point last week.
Looks like it'll be about a 22-yard extra point, and it's good. So with 7:43 left in the first half, it's now number 5 Estacada 13, number 3 Banks nothing. We'll take a 30-second break and be back after this from Chris Resek.
In times of financial uncertainty, how can you stay on track? Call on someone who's invested in your success. I'm Chris Recheck, your Forest Grove Edward Jones financial advisor. At Edward Jones, we believe in building a complete picture of your financial life, including your goals and passions, so we can help you work toward achieving what's most important to you. Call me at 503-359-4092 or visit edwardjones.com to get started today. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
And we're back, 7:43 to go in the first half. Number 5 Estacada a 13-0 lead after touchdowns from Waylon Rydell and Corey James, the starting quarterback for the Rangers. Banks has only had the ball 3 times in the first half, and we're nearing the midway point of the second quarter. And they're going to fake the handoff to Flippin, and gets outside a flag, and this may be a hold.
It's in the vicinity of a hole. It came right in the middle of the football field, and it came from the white hat, throwing it right in there in the middle. The officials will get together and they'll talk about this one.
7:33 to go in the first half. Banks trailing 13-0. Blocking the back against Chuck White. So I think that's going to be a half the distance to the goal penalty.
Safe Act, the senior alcohol drug-free all-night celebration time.
So that's going to exactly what you didn't want to have happen for Banks when you're looking for something to kind of get going, and now you're like pinned back inside your own 20-yard line to start your third possession of the game.
As soon as I get the word, I will give you the updated totals.
Goebel out of shotgun with Walters beside him. Gives to Walters off the far side and might get a couple off the far side up past the 15 to the 17. It'll be second down and 8.
Yeah, we do a lot of talk in the pregame show about Estacada and their offense and their running ability, but their defense is really strong as well. They're very athletic, they're very big, and very experienced. Coach Mott talking about that in preview shows, and that might be one of the strengths of their team as well.
Goebel, high snap, quick throw out to Flippin down the near sideline, makes a couple men miss, hit hard, and it'll be a first down up close to the 35 in front of the Estacada bench, but a first down for the Braves on the catch by Jamar Flippin.
Who else but Waylon Rydell right there to knock Flippin out of bounds, and he almost flipped over Flippin. That was a hard hit, but that's the kind of player Waylon Rydell is. He's a hard-hitting machine, as Coach Mott called him, and right there, coming all the way over to the sidelines to make the play.
First and 10 after the gain of 16 on the pass play from Goebel to Flippin. Walters to the right of Cooper. Twins each side, split out wide to the top. High snap again, rolling right, still looking, has to get rid of it, throws, diving effort, and shoved in the back out of bounds. Did he make the catch? I think that's
going to be interesting to see if he got that foot down before going out of bounds, and they're going to rule it incomplete.
Hunter Smith very close to making the catch in bounds, but it's going to be second down and 10 from the 33, and the Braves really go ahead.
Yeah, he ran his route there on the far sideline, and the ball just, he needed more oomph there because he had to come back to the football.
Would really help the Braves here late in the first half if they could at least hold on to the ball for a couple of first downs and work some clock, even if they don't get in the end zone, because they're going to have momentum in the second half with the opening possession. Aaron Brown running all over the field in motion. Twins each side, flipping out of the backfield, able to avoid a shoestring tackle, but not much room to the near side. And I think he's going to be lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. They're going to give him about 2 or 3 yards. It'll be third down and 7, though, from about the 35.
Good idea here, getting flipping the football in space to let him work it, but these little screen plays, they need to go north and south more. They're going east and west, and it's allowing Estacada the time to come over, and with their speed, they can come over and stop it before it really gets going.
And we have a false start against the Braves.
We talked about that in the pregame show that, you can't, it's to be expected when you're on the road, but when you did it your first game, you're hoping that, and that's really the first time this game that they've done that. But.
And you talked about trying to run the screenplay with Jamar Flippin. That's been successful for the Braves in the past, but when you're up against your opponent's sideline and not much room to work with, it's not likely to get you much yards.
Yeah, there's a very, very quick athletes out there on the Estacada defense that they swarm to the ball. They're ball hawks. It's a very ball hawking defense, and they can get to a spot.
I don't think they spotted the ball correctly. It's a false start. That's a 5-yard penalty. Third down and 16. It was third down and 6 the play before. You don't get 10 yards for a false start, and Goebel is going to keep it, and he's going to go down, and it's going to be 4th down. He's going to lose, or he's going to lose about half a yard, and the Braves again will have to punt, and still 5.5 minutes left for Estacada.
Yeah, that time Goebel tried to follow his blocker at that time, but he almost ran into him. He did a good job to stick his hand out, and he tried to cut around to go around him, but he just couldn't because there was the big green machine right there.
Well, you don't want to go down 3 scores here, and Braves are going to have to step up their defense on this, what could be the final drive of the first half. The way Estacada moves the football, very methodical. High snap, nearly goes over the head of Wyatt. Nice job to bring it down. It's going to bounce. Tipped off the helmet of a Estacada player, and a lucky bounce for the Braves, as I don't think it was going to be that great of a punt. And Estacada winds up returning it to the 35. Big break for the Braves special teams there.
Yeah, it just kind of bounced. It bounced away from the Banks Braves player down there, and just like right there, like happy birthday in the hands of the Estacada returner.
Bounced off the helmet of number 5, Cameron Johnson. 1st and 10 Rangers from their own 36. 4s on the timer. Braves already down 2 scores, 13-0.
With the way Estacada runs that football, what's important is they run it, they keep it in bounds, the clock keeps stopping. Or the clock keeps going, excuse me.
And the give bounces off a couple of tacklers and up past the 40. Gain of about 5 to the 41 for number 39, Jake Behrman.
Yeah, Jake Berman just coming off the tackle right there, and he right there at the end, he just kind of plowed his way right over the defender and getting a little chunky yardage, 4 or 5 yards. Kind of methodically move the football at will, and that's something that Banks has to dial up and figure out a way to stop them.
Tight formation. Lone receiver to the top. Behrman, the lone back, and gives no. Corey James is going to keep it and get a first down, but I think we have a hold. 2 flags as he tried to get around the near side, and I think this one's coming back. Yeah. Otherwise, he would have had a first down.
Yeah, good point. Both officials saw the same thing, I think, right there, and we're going to get the call here.
Holding, offense number 52, 10-yard penalty, repeat 2nd down.
Holding on Mark Youngberg, number 52, offensive lineman for the Rangers. 3:54 left, and now again, this puts Estacada in a 2nd down and long situation, but not 3rd down yet. If they can come up with a stop and keep Estacada from gaining 5 or 6 yards here and force them into a pass play, I think they've got a better shot defensively.
Yeah, Braves got to really dig in right here, pin their ears back, and just be aware. They've got 5 linebackers out there, two wide out there, trying to stop that sweep play. But just when you think they're going to go sweep, they deceive you and they go inside.
James again under center. And is going to look to throw. Rolls left. Short pass caught. First down, short, or close to it. He may have stepped out about a yard short. We'll see where they mark the football. And needs to get past the 45 for a first down. It's going to be 3rd down and about a yard and a half.
Yeah, I think that's a little bit of a favorable spot right there, but
Pass complete to number 27, Hunter McDonald.
Looked like he stepped out well behind the 45. They're going to mark the nose of the football right at the 45. Need to get to about the 46 for a first down. It'll be 3rd and 1, and I'm sure Estacada will just go with their power back again, Behrman. Now false start on Estacada as number 27, Hunter McDonald, lined up behind Behrman before the snap of the football. Oh no, offense.
Offsides
against the Braves.
I think Banks bit on that little last motion back to the backfield. I thought they were going to call an illegal shift, but they went the other way.
Gives Estacada a first down under 3.5 minutes, 13-0, and the give to Hunter McDonald. Past the 40, past the Braves 45.
Number 27, Hunter McDonald with a carry. 5-yard gain, second down.
Second down and 5 from the 45. 3 minutes left. Estacada will just try to make sure they don't give the ball back to Banks before halftime. Again, McDonald going in motion. The give to Waylon Rydell for another first down.
Stumbling, bumbling all the way. That big little stocky frame, 6-foot stocky frame for Waylon Rydell, and just again up the middle, just found a seam, and he was off for some big yardage. And again, the clock continuing to run as they just churn the clock out and churn their way to the end zone.
First and 10 from the Braves 32. The give again to Waylon Rydell, close to another first down right up the middle. Kind of reminds you of 8-man football with that power fullback type motion. First down inside the 20. They'll mark the ball at the 20. Braves in danger of going down 3 scores before halftime here, and Estacada already trailing 13-0.
Yeah, they're coming up kind of like almost a wing formation right now.
James keeps it, gives to Rydell, able to break a couple tackles, stop short of the 15. It'll be second down.
Waylon Rydell on the carry, 7 yards.
Yeah, Braves are just playing back on their heels right now. They're just going back. They're not giving any kind of a push at all.
In fact, I think we have a Braves timeout. Timeout Banks, 1:58 to go in the first half. Estacada 13, Banks nothing. We'll take a 30-second break and be back after this from EconoFab Pole Buildings.
Hey Brave fans, this is Chris Lyda, the voice of the Braves, here to tell you about EconoFab Buildings. EconoFab is a third-generation family-owned and operated pole building company located right here in Brave Country. EconoFab has been in business for almost 50 years, constructing shops, garages, and barns. I had them build my 2 shops, and as a satisfied and repeat customer, I'm here to tell you that EconoFab puts the fab in fabulous. Go visit them online at econofabbuildings.com.
And we're back following the timeout from Banks. 1:58 to go in the first half. Number 5, Estacada 13, Banks nothing. Banks will be back at home. Will be at actually Hidden Valley of Grants Pass next week, and then we'll finish non-league play at home against 3A Rainier. And the give off the far side. No, Corey James is going to keep inside the 5.
I think he
should be enough for a first down, but we have an injured Braves player. A little slow to get up is Jack Lyda, number 2.
Corey James with the keeper, 6 yard.
Banks is going to take another timeout here.
Corey James with the keeper, 6 yards on the play. Rangers, first down.
First and goal, Estacada from the 3, and
Again, ladies and gentlemen,
last time I seen the Braves in a situation like this was a game last year at Cottage Grove against Mazama, and only time I've seen Banks get 40-point ruled in a game in my this being my 7th season only time I've ever seen Banks get 40-point rule in a contest. And right now they're playing about the same as they did in that game against Mazama, but a totally different style offense.
Yeah, that running style, run-first offense, basically, of Estacada. They just have a way of just kind of lulling you to sleep and just kind of methodical approach, just hammering away. And right now, Banks just needs to find something, anything that they can spark and get going, get some momentum on their side.
First and goal, Rangers from the Braves 3, and I think it's a touchdown, Estacada, and no indication yet. And touchdown, Rangers. 39, Jake Behrman on the keeper from 3 yards out. I'm sure Estacada will go for 2 to try to put 21 on the board with 1:43 left. Braves with 1 timeout to try to do something offensively. And give off the far side. 2-point conversion is good for Waylon Rydell. So with 1:43 left in the first half, it's now Estacada 21, Banks nothing. Braves have 1:43 left to try to put points on the board before halftime. We'll take a 30-second break and be back after this from Main Street Pizza.
Visit Main Street Pizza in Banks, located next to Jim's Market, for the best pizza in Washington County. From loaded hot baked subs to a Main Street special pizza piled high, we will satisfy your pizza cravings. We've been serving and supporting the Banks community since 1986. Open daily at 11 a.m. Call ahead now to place your order at 503-324-5858 or follow us on Facebook to see our daily lunch specials. Mention this radio ad and receive $2 off any Main Street pizza.
And we're back, 21-0 Estacada. Braves have not been able to get much momentum. 2 turnovers. They've had 1 takeaway of their own, but have not been able to do anything with it. Again, the Braves offensive line not creating much opportunities for Jamar Flippin, and then Jamar actually committing a turnover on that lateral where he tossed it forward right to an Estacada player. Coming up at halftime, we'll have a look at other scores from around the state and a recap of the first half, which will be a short one for the Braves. And again, Estacada will kick it out of bounds, and don't see a flag, though.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team. Ball will be placed at the 35-yard line. First down.
First and 10 for the Braves from their own 35, following the illegal procedure on the kick out of bounds. I think the Estacada's thought is, well, we give up less yards on the penalty than we do on a return from Jamar Flippin, so we'll just kick it out of bounds and make sure he doesn't touch the football. Goebel with Walters the lone back. 2 receivers split out wide to the far side, twins each side. High snap, Goebel rolls right, throws, caught, and short gain, and we're going to have an illegal block, or clipping, I think, against Estacada on the catch made by Hunter Smith. Behrman threw his hands up in the air saying, I didn't do anything, but and that may be the momentum the Braves need with a big 15-yard penalty against Estacada. But every time we think the Braves have come up with a big play, either via the penalty or a defensive error from Estacada, Estacada is able to get the ball right back. And hopefully the Braves can put points on the board before the end of the half and cut this to a 2-score lead.
Second first down by penalty this half for Banks.
Goebel, high snap, rolls left, looks, quick throw, out too far, intended for Chuck White right at the first down marker. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, that ball was thrown just a little bit too far towards the sideline, and Chuck just ran out of real estate. He was already too far out of bounds for making that play.
2nd down and 10 for the Braves from their own 46 following the illegal contact penalty against Jake Behrman. Goebel out of shotgun. Receivers offset each side. Pass thrown, caught, flipping through his hands and dropped it. Would have been a 1st down.
Ooh, that ball.
3rd down and 10.
That was a well-thrown ball, pardon me, Trevor. That was a well-thrown ball by Goebel that time. Hit him right in the numbers, right where you're taught. That was so fundamental, and it looked like it was going to be a great catch, but he just dropped it. You got to make that catch.
Especially when you're down 3 scores. Looked like it just bounced off his chest pads, and I think he was trying to run with it before he caught it and tried to catch it with his hands instead of making the basket catch in his chest. And it's 3rd down and 10. Goebel again out of shotgun. Passing opportunity. Throws. Passes deep. And he's got. Oh, he made the catch!
Talk about a big play and talk about needing some momentum right there as they get
Hunter
it inside
Smith.
the 5.
Hunter Smith with a catch down the far sideline. A gain of close to 50 yards on the pass play from Goebel.
He absolutely laid out for that catch and made that great job catch, and it brings up the Braves Nation across the way. They're all up and at him for really the first time this game. So let's see if they can go in and score. That would be huge.
Actually, they're going to mark it at the 10. Clock inside a minute. Goebel gives to Walters off the far side. Has some room. Gets out of bounds inside the 5. Clock still moving. Braves, I think, will call their final timeout. 39.6 seconds left. 2nd down and 2 from the 3. Braves can get a 1st down to the 1. Oh, no, now they change it. It's 2nd and goal from the 3. Pass play to Hunter Smith was incredible diving catch at the 10, which put the Braves in 1st and goal. You've got to think if you're Estacada's defense, anything the Braves do here is going to be through the air with no timeouts and 40 seconds left. If you don't get it across the goal line on a rushing play, the half's over.
Yeah, they really have kind of made Banks into a one-dimensional football team right now because they just have not been able to run the football against Estacada. So they know that they can pretty much know it's going to go in the air, but just when you think you know something, you hit them with something that they're not ready for.
Second and goal from the 3, 39.6 seconds in the first half. Estacada a 21-0 lead. Goebel out of shotgun. 3 receivers set with Aaron Brown in motion. Quick throw over the middle. Oh, pass knocked. Pass is caught by Chuck White. Touchdown Braves, I think. Pass caught, I believe, by Chuck White. Charlie White, touchdown, 34.9 seconds left, 21-6. I'm sure the Braves will go for the extra point with Hesselman.
Yeah, kind of anticlimactic there because no official, I didn't see any official actually put their hands up in the air. So it's kind of like, it's almost like they stood around like, what?
Kick is down. Extra point is up and through. So a little bit of momentum back for the Braves. And they'll have the ball first to start the second half. 35 seconds left in the first half. It's now Estacada 21. Banks 7. We'll take a 30-second break and be back in just a moment.
Northside Rock Products in North Plains is where you can get gravel products directly from the quarry. They service contractors as well as homeowners. They can get rock straight from the quarry that's essential for paths, driveways, under concrete slabs and roads, as it packs and condenses well. Northside Rock Products offers a variety of quality crushed rock and fill material, as well as boulders and specialty rock. They offer trucks for hire for contractor work. Northside Rock Products can bring their mobile crusher to your jobs for on-site crushing and screening. Delivery is available. Get all you need at low winter rates. Northside Rock Products LLC on Northwest Dixie Mountain Road in North Plains. NorthsideRockProductsLLC.com.
The whole drive is right there. A catch laying out down the sidelines. It's just a huge momentum as they'll get the ball to start the second half.
21-7. Ooh, and Estacada nearly came up with a...
They nearly stole the momentum back right there, but great shoestring tackle for Banks to stop him. And now with 29.3 seconds to go, it's like you just need to find any way to hold them so that you make sure you keep that little bit of momentum going into the locker room at halftime.
Corey James on the return that time for the Rangers. 29.3 seconds left. Banks trailing 21-7 late in the first half. Number 3 Banks at number 5 Estacada. James and the give. Looks like a couple of Braves players trying to swipe at the football, and that'll be the final play of the first half.
Number 27.
Yeah, good job to stay with the ball carrier that time. They just hung with it. He kept trying to fight off of them, and they just stayed right around him and made sure he went down to the turf. And I think they're just going to be content. Estacada is going to be content, take this into the locker room, up by 2 touchdowns. But Banks Braves get the ball to start the second half. So let's see if they can run down another drive like they did to end the half, and we got a brand new football game.
It's halftime from Buzz Randall Field in Estacada. Number 5 Rangers 21. Number 3 Banks Braves 7. We'll take a 2-minute break and take a look at our first half recap when we come back. North Plains Chamber of Commerce invites you to check out Oregon Coffee Roaster. Based in the Portland foothills, this wholesale roaster has decades of experience offering quality Arabica coffee and loose leaf tea to businesses. Whether you're a business customer interested in a bulk order of 10 pounds or more, or a residential customer interested in smaller quantities, contact them today for your coffee needs. Call 503-647-5102 or visit their website, OregonCoffee.com. Shannon Jennings of North Plains is your local independent insurance agent. Are you overpaying for insurance? She can partner with a vast range of insurance companies to provide you with the most competitive products and services. Whether it's your home, auto, commercial, or any other type of insurance, we take the time to learn about you, your family, and your business to find the best coverage to protect your unique needs. For quality insurance coverage at affordable prices, call 503-444-0566 or email Shannon at shannonjenningsinsurance.com.
Scoggins Creek Coffee is proud to offer delicious hot drinks and delectable breakfast items too. Visit their 2 locations in Gaston and Yamhill Carlton. Open 7 days a week, Mondays through Saturdays until 5 and Sundays until 3. Make sure to ask about their weekly specials and visit their Facebook page, Scoggins Creek Coffee, 503-985-3483.
Specialty Screen Printing in Yamhill offers your business the creativity and expertise to print your logo on a variety of items. Owners Ken and Linda Johnson have 40 years of experience on industrial parts and every type of material, including ceramic tile. Their fast service can have your project done in less than a week. Visit their website, specialtyscreenprinting.com, to see for yourself how they can help you boost your company's marketing and industrial screen printing needs. Call 971-998-9274 or visit their website, specialtyscreenprinting.com.
And we're back halftime from Estacada Buzz Randall Field. Number 5, Estacada Rangers up 21-7 over the Banks Braves. Banks able to answer with less than 35 seconds left on a short 3-yard pass play from Cooper Goebel to Chuck White. Only 2 touchdown passes for the Braves so far this year, Jonathan, and they've both been to Chuck White.
Yeah, Chuck White is just he's been that target. We talked about it last week. Chuck it to Chuck. He's a big target, and he's a guy that when he get the ball in his hands, he can do something with it. And I think they need to do more of that in second half, honestly. And you would hope that Coach Linehan and his staff is in there right now talking, number one, about putting a defensive plan to say, hey, look, we're not stopping them. We gotta do something. We gotta stiffen up a little bit on defense and stop them on the run. Stop it. Right now, Estacada is having their way, but it showed some life there at the end of the second quarter to drive the football down. They showed kind of a little bit of an identity right there with Cooper Goebel moving the football, and we'll see if they come out with more of that in the second half. They need to do something and play to their strengths and find a weakness. And they kind of found a little bit of a weakness there in the last drive there.
There was 1:43 left when they got the ball back to start that touchdown drive. So a drive that took just a little over a minute. They may need more of those quick drives at least, especially with the way Estacada ran the football in the first half. Long, methodical, just kind of bruiser type offense, just giving it to the fullback every play and eating up chunks of clock.
Yeah, and get some stops on the defense, finding a way to plug up those holes. They're not doing a bad job. They are plugging up the holes in the middle, but you can really see it where Banks goes to plug up, and then Estacada is gonna be a little deceptive and go to the other side, and that's what I talked about. That's the whole trick of defending or unmasking the option, is to try to find out where it's kind of like a chess game almost, and it's like countering each move that they're going to make. And so if they can find a way to do that, I think they can control this game.
The Braves' defense has been pretty stout up the middle. It's just been the outside that Estacada has had success running the football. And then that huge play for Corey James where he had that beautiful fake and picked up about 40 yards down the far sideline carrying the football. You talked about that deception. That was pretty evident on that play with Corey James faking it and then keeping it for 40 yards down the far side.
Yeah, easy to see that how he really stepped up and won the quarterback job last spring. He really has a good command of this offense. He really runs the ball well, and he's not a bad passer. We've only seen it a couple of times in this game, but he does a great job of running that option. A lot of guys, back there, they'll have all kinds of problems with trying to, put the ball in the breadbasket and then, having trouble taking it away. But really, they haven't. I don't think they fumbled the ball once in this game. The only turnover was that interception. So they've done a really good job taking care of it. And, he does a great job, Corey James, leading the offense.
And the Braves in the second half, we've talked some about some of the decision-making from Jamar Flippin when he has the football. He's got to learn not to get to be smart with the football when he gets stressed, like that one fumble where he just threw it up in the air to anybody that could get to it and wound up being a fumble right to Estacada. So, and I think it's plays like that that's led them to extra opportunities that have allowed them to eat up big chunks of clock and long methodical drives that have led to touchdowns.
Yeah, and also being strong like that pass that Cooper threw there on that last drive, like right here in the middle of the field, that was right there in the numbers. I think a little bit of that was, like you said, it hit it, kind of caught a shoulder pad a little bit. Maybe it bounced off, but also he did have a big old huge defender right behind him, so maybe getting a little bit tentative, knowing that someone is right there behind you, maybe kind of made him a little bit nervous, but you just got to stand tall right there and, make the catch, but, tough for us to say up here,
Jamar's an excellent back in space, but he's more of a speed back, and a lot of those types of backs that are smaller and not built like a fullback, they think speed first, and so they're thinking about getting the yards after the catch, not thinking about the catch first, and that was the situation on that play where he should have had a first down, and it just hit him in the shoulder pads, and he tried to take off before catching it with his hand, before catching it in his chest and then turning and running, rather than trying to stick his hands out and then turn and run and bring it in.
Yeah, right. He was thinking about making a little turn and spin move and get upfield for more yardage. Look it in, as they say, look at those receiver camps, look it in and then take it.
7.5 minutes to go at halftime. Number 5 Estacada 21, number 3 Banks 7. We'll take a 2-minute break and take a look at other scores around the state, especially other 4A scores in District 1. We'll give you any finals or updates we have when we come back. We'll take another 2-minute break.
Rankings are important numbers in determining Oregon high school playoffs. So are rankings when choosing a lender to help you with purchasing or refinancing your home. Our local community home loan expert, Christy Van Meter at Caliber Home Loans, is ready to help you win the day. Call Christy today for all of your home loan needs at 503-327-5302 or caliberhomeloans.com/kvanmeter. Christy Van Meter, NMLS number 1700271, state licensed in Oregon, an equal housing lender. All products are subject to credit and property approval.
North Plains Chamber of Commerce invites you to Tenante's Pizza and Subs. Try one of the many specialty pizzas like the Mama Supremo or a delicious torpedo sub sandwich. Mention Westside Greatest Hits and save 10% off your order. Tenante's Pizza and Subs at the corner of Glencoe and Pacific in North Plains. Open 11 to 8:30 Monday through Saturday and Sunday 3 to 8 for carry-out and delivery. Visit their website, Tenante'sPizzaandsubs.com, or call 503-647-5761.
The Army National Guard plays a vital role in your community. We're on the front lines supporting essential personnel, first responders, law enforcement, and medical professionals, delivering food, supplies, and medicine, keeping communities safe, making a difference. During emergencies, we're always ready, always there. Learn more about part-time service in the Army National Guard at nationalguard.com.
Sponsored by the Oregon Army National Guard, aired by the Oregon Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Thinking about updating your kitchen or bath? James Bond Remodeling has over 20 years experience fabricating and installing stone countertops and can upgrade your home with the countertops of your dreams without the dreamy price tag. They pride themselves on quality and customer satisfaction. They offer stone countertop fabrication and installation and cabinet installation services. They'll do their best to beat any bid by 10%. Based locally in Washington County, they'll do jobs in most Portland metro locations. Call 503-753-9993 or email jasonbondremodeling@gmail.com. Jason Bond Remodeling, Oregon CCV number 227733.
And we're back, 4:15 to go at halftime. Number 5, Estacada 21, number 3, Banks 7. They'll put another 3 minutes on the clock as both teams come out of the locker room. Jonathan has an update on other high school football scores around the state.
Yeah, checking the Wanna Credit Union scoreboard. We got some 4A scores. Looks like in the second quarter or nearing halftime, Cascade leading Elmira 33-0. Let's see, we got, no report. Well, I guess it's a final score at 0-0, but it looks like canceled game. Douglas and Junction City.
Yeah, that game was canceled earlier today.
Yeah, that's pretty much it right now. Low on the scores. Need some people to report their scores. Need more score reporters around the state.
Scores from last week: 3A Philomath went to Valley Catholic and destroyed Valley Catholic 52-0. Philomath up 14-6 early over Blanchette in Kaiser or North Salem. Other games going on tonight around 4. Other scores from last week involving 4A District 1 teams. Tillamook a big 48-13 win over Newport. Seaside crushed North Marion 55-0. Astoria over Cottage Grove 45-7. Milwaukee won at Malala 21-12. Malala, the extra team that replaced Gladstone temporarily, or Gladstone Scappoose for a couple of years, and then Milwaukee took Malala's place. Malala back in the Tri-Valley this year. Tillamook, of course, a huge contest tonight at home against Marist Catholic of Eugene. We'll have 3 volleyball broadcasts for you tomorrow. Lady Braves will be at Forest Grove for a round robin with Scappoose, Hillsborough, and Forest Grove. Still looking for their first win with a record of 0-4. Estacada back on the field as it appears the Braves are going to take advantage of all the time in the locker room that they possibly can as they're down 2 scores at halftime, 21-7. Our next football broadcast will be next Friday night, and a bit of a trip as we'll head 4 hours down I-5 to Hidden Valley. At least that is the plan for now. That may get changed due to a possible forest fire northeast of Grants Pass. If that game is moved, it would most likely be played at Cottage Grove on Saturday. We'll keep you updated on that on social media.
Results of the 50-50 drawing.
Hidden Valley hosting Malala tonight, and that is a true home game for Hidden Valley, so hopefully no fire damage currently around Hidden Valley High School. Braves are getting ready to come out onto the field, and now we'll cross the goal line to our right as the teams will switch sides for the second half.
Check your tickets. Ticket number I'm looking for is 2, 5, 3, 2. Correction, let me start over because I said that wrong.
Marshfield of Coos Bay currently holds the top spot in most polls around the state, and right now the one that's the most important is the OSAA for a coaches poll.
If you're holding that 50-50 ticket, congratulations, $233 coming your way. Head down to the ticket booth.
And they'll reset the clock for another 3 minutes as both teams are now out on the field warming up for the start of the third quarter. Banks Volleyball will have one home match next week on Thursday, I believe, against either Klatskanai or Warrenton. We'll go ahead and check OSAA right now and update that for you.
I'm going to give this to you guys one more time. 50-50 ticket winner. Ticket number 3, 5, 3, 2, 5, 4. Congratulations. $233 coming your way.
Yeah, Banks' team schedule says they have a home match against Hood River on Tuesday and a home match against Warrenton on Thursday, but the OSAA schedule for Tuesday, September 14th does not show a game for the Banks Braves, so kind of wonder if that match has been canceled against Hood River Valley. Yeah, Hood River Valley not on the Tuesday schedule for Banks coming up this week, just the contest against Warrenton on Thursday. Jonathan?
Got some scores from around the area, around the Portland metro area here in the second quarter. Got a good ball game. Clackamas leading Camas 21-20. Tualatin, number 1 in the state of Oregon in the 6A. They lead Silverton 14-0. They had an impressive showing. They were down in the Bay Area last week, representing Oregon well, beating the Bay Area team down there 44-33. So Tualatin looking to go to 2-0. Very impressive are the Timberwolves. Always a great football program, classy football program there at Tualatin. Yes, I've had a pleasure of working with them for a couple of years. Loved my time covering Tualatin Timberwolves football. McNary leads Newburgh 7-0. Canby trailing West Albany 7-0. That's in the first half early on. And we got the United States flag going down the street among the ivy. That's a pretty cool sight here.
Welcome to Buzz Randall Field. Rainier fans, let's
Winding down the final 10 seconds of halftime as we head to the third quarter. Rainier leading Scio 23-0. Braves will host Rainier in week 4.
Rangers are, the Banks Braves all set to receive here with 12 minutes up on the scoreboard. We are ready for 24 minutes more of the second half. Ready for the Banks Braves to get the ball, go down, and score. As one Seattle Seahawk quarterback once said, we want the ball and we're going to score. Can you name that Seahawk quarterback, Trevor?
Probably Russell Wilson, but...
Nope, before Russell Wilson. Matt
Hasselbeck.
Yep. Playoff game.
And the kick is to Aaron Brown, far side. He's going to take it. And stutter step, gets some room down the far side. Spins and he may score! Makes a tackle all the way down inside the 45. And we talked about momentum to start the second half, and we may have it.
Momentum and explosion plays right there. I talked about explosion plays in the pregame show. Right there, another big explosion play, chunk yardage plays right there for the Banks Braves as they get the ball in I think their best field possession to start a drive this game.
Well, it was Hunter Smith with that 40-yard reception down the far side that set up Chuck White for that 3-yard touchdown catch towards the end of the first half. 21-7, 11:51 to go. About a 50-yard return for Aaron Brown. And Walters down off the near side hits a blocker, or would-be tackler, and just plows him over before being brought down inside the 40. Good gain on first down for Justin Walters, gain of about 6.
Just the second game of this young season, but I've been really impressed with Justin Walters running the football back there. You know, you hear a lot of talk about Jamar Flippin, but don't forget about Justin Walters. This guy can really do some good things with the football.
4 receivers set, 3 to the top with Flippin Brown and Chuck White. Hunter Smith to the near side. High snap, gives to Flippin, no, short pass, and bounces off the grass, incomplete. 3rd down and 4 for the Braves from the Rangers 38 with 11:08 to go in the third.
Yeah, that time he just sort of lofted the ball over there, didn't really dart it over there.
Down two scores inside the opponent's 40. This is probably 2-down territory.
3rd and manageable, though, 3rd and 4. But you want to convert here.
Again, 4 receivers set with Walters the lone back, fake the give. And Goebel's going to be thrown down back near midfield.
Just exactly what you didn't want to have happen there. Excellent pursuit that time for the Estacada defense, as they were just right there for Cooper Goebel. And that time, normally Cooper's been able to get away from that last week and tonight, and this time he just couldn't do it. And it takes him from maybe a field goal try to now punting the football away.
Hesselman is standing back at about his own 37. Corey James, the only man back in to receive the punt, and is going to be down inside the 5.
Great punt. Outstanding. I called him the place kicking extraordinaire in the pregame show. He's awesome. I mean, I'm ready to give Wyatt Hesselman the Lou Groza right now.
So 13 to the 50 and another 45, so a punt of close to 60 yards by Wyatt Hesselman with 10:20 to go. And
you asked me, Trevor, in the pregame what Wyatt means to his team. I mean, it's making plays like that, helping the defense out. Now the defense can pin their ears back and keep them down there around their goal line.
Be a great time for a turnover, and instead it's a first down and possibly a touchdown. And finally brought down all the way up near the 40 is Corey James. Nice sportsmanship that time by Jamar, as he's finally able to make the tackle, but gain of about 35 on the keeper from Corey James.
How electrifying is Corey James for this Estacada team? I mean, he's just so quick, so very deceptive. He runs that option very well.
And now the Braves, instead of being in an opportunity to possibly get a takeaway and an easy score, now are back with Estacada with decent field position after one play.
A little short pickup right there, about looks like 4 or 5 yard gain for a second down.
Gain of about 5 for Caleb McDonald. Second down and about 5 from the 47 yard line.
Caleb left, Corey right, Waylon up the middle.
And another first down or close to it for Behrman off the near side, and that's going to move the ball into Braves territory to the near side at the Banks 47.
And add in a Jake for a first down. I mean, that's pretty much been the offense for Estacada here tonight, just running the football like 4 or 5 from all directions. They hit you.
(21-7) under 9 minutes in the third quarter. Estacada a 2-touchdown lead, and we have movement and flags. Is it going to be a false start or offsides? False start against Estacada, and that's been probably one of the biggest plays for the Braves defense tonight, and it's come via the penalty.
Yeah, there was a lot of jumping going on both sides. Like the linebackers for Banks, they were kind of had antsy feet there. They were going up and back and forth, trying to jostle in position, but like maybe they were kind of getting pulled, but nope. It was the home team.
That'll move Estacada back behind the 50, and James is going to keep again and have a first down again, all the way inside the 35.
Just coming around, going, just taking the ball and going off the left side, off the left tackle that time, like right through his hole that he needed to go. And once he got into that second level, he saw that daylight and he burst right through it. But a great job for the Banks defense to recover and not let him get any more yardage.
First and 10 Rangers from the Braves 33.
Rydell this time.
And even when defenders are able to get to wrap up at the line of scrimmage, he's able to carry tacklers an extra 3 or 4 yards after the play.
Actually, that wasn't Rydell. That was Berman, I think.
Number 39, Jake Bowman. 6 yards on the play. Second down.
Second down and 4 for the Rangers from the Braves 27. Already down 2 scores, 21-7, under 8 minutes to go in the third.
Braves with 8 men in the box again, as they pretty much have all game.
And they give off the far side, another first down as he spins inside the 15. Number 27, Hunter McDonald.
Just making guys miss. He juked out one defender right there at the point of the attack. It looked like he was going to be down for a loss there in the backfield. He just kind of made a little juke move, went right around him, and just kind of cut his way, weaved his way through the Banks defense like they were just standing there, and gets another first down.
James under center. Gives this time to number 8. And down close to the 10 for Caleb McDonald. It'll be a second down.
Great blocking in front of him right there, and he just did exactly what you want a running back to do, and just follow your blockers, and got it down there, and another red zone appearance. And that Estacada just continuing to churn the clock, but Banks, we talked about it. They need to find a way to suck it up and get a stop there, be a little more stout.
6.5 minutes left, and took it out and then kept it. And did he get into the left front corner of the end zone? No.
I think it's a couple yards short. 5 yards
Stepped
short.
out near the 5. It might be third and goal from the 1, or from the 6. Need about a yard to get to the 5, actually. Not third and goal, 3rd and 1 from the 6.
Yeah, they can get a first down without scoring.
Give to McDonald and spins. Has the first down, but he's going to be short of the goal line.
Yeah, he kind of got stood up there as he got to the goal line, and he kind of spun around, tried for more yardage, but no, there was no daylight for him. Great job by the defense there that time to.
Caleb McDonald is going to limp off the field, not putting any weight on his left foot. Actually, Hunter McDonald. First and goal from the 3. Clock will be under 6 minutes when the ball is snapped. James gives to Rydell. Touchdown. Number 44, Waylon Rydell, 27-7, Estacada. So an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty called against number 5, Cameron Johnson, on the Rangers. They're going to mark off the yardage, I think, on the kickoff. Rangers appear to be going for 2 with Rydell. It's like a direct snap to Rydell. He's going to keep it off the far side. Looked like a hold. Yep, there is a hold off the far side, and this one's coming back.
Be interesting to see if they try the 2-point conversion again, or it was, one time in the first half they did this and it was back, and they ended up going for the PAT. Kick it.
Holding again on Mark Youngberg for the Rangers. 10-yard penalty. 27-7 Estacada. 5:52 to go in the third quarter. And now Estacada will attempt the extra point. It'll be about a 28-yarder, and it's blocked. So a little bit of momentum for the Braves after Estacada is unable to get the extra point attempt even over the top of the line. So with 5:52 to go in the third quarter, it's now Estacada 27, Banks 7. We'll take a 30-second break and be back with more third quarter action in just a moment.
Jim's Market in Banks is an institution serving the community for generations. They're actively involved in events and athletics from the youth league to high school level. Let them serve you with their locally grown fresh produce, fresh bakery items, including custom cakes, and quick hot food from their in-store deli. Jim's Market, conveniently located at the south entrance to Banks.
And we're back, 5:52 to go in the third quarter. Number 5, Estacada 27. Number 3, Banks 7, following the blocked extra point attempt from Estacada, following the touchdown by Waylon Rydell.
Looking for ticket number 353.
Well, Jonathan, the good thing for next week, despite what happens the rest of the way here, I don't think we're going to see this type of offense from Hidden Valley. They're more of a passing offense, especially, well, most people know what happened with Sam Wiedlach. Banks was scheduled to play at home against Sam and the Mustangs last year, but COVID put that to bed, and Sam battling for a possible starting position with the Beavers.
Oh, and but they're still going to see a Vidlac as they make the trek down to Hidden Valley and near Grants Pass next month. It'll be Nate Vidlac, which is Sam's younger brother, who was a wide receiver playing with Sam, and now he switched over to play quarterback in his senior season with Hidden Valley.
And their dad, Mark, is actually the head baseball coach at Hidden Valley also, who pretty sure defeated LeGrand in the baseball final last year.
Family very good family that lives in Applegate, a very good community. They're down there in Southern Oregon, and hopefully they're okay. You know, if there's, with the fire situation going down there in Southern Oregon near Grants Pass, we hope them and their neighbors are certainly okay and can get through this.
Good.
Never want to see that.
Good faith-based family in Southern Oregon. Definitely want to wish them the best, except for next Friday.
Exactly.
5:52 to go. Still, officials not ready for a return to play as they're talking with Cole Linehan, the white hat official across the way. No flags have been thrown. I think Cole may be wanting to put a bug in the officials' ears to try to watch for something from the Estacada offense when they have the football. And kick is away, and it's going to be taken by Aaron Brown in the end zone this time. And I didn't see him make a fair catch signal in the end zone or any type of indication that he was going to down it. They just blew the whistle.
Well, I think that's a new rule. The rule, I think it's just like college. A new rule this year is any kick, it's for safety purposes. It goes inside the 20 like that, and it's basically going to someone. They don't really have to put their hand up to fair catch. It's just automatically called by the official, particularly if it goes in the end zone.
So it'll be 1st and 10 Braves from their own 20-yard line to start their second possession of the second half. Had a very promising drive off of an Aaron Brown 40-yard kickoff return stall after Cooper Goebel was sacked on 3rd and short. Goebel, quick roll out left, pass caught. Hunter Smith makes a couple of men miss. Gets a good chunk of yards, a gain of about 7 up past the 25. 26, maybe the 27-yard line. It'll be second down and short.
Nice 6-yard gain. Looks like they have a 7-yard gain right there. And that's what you guys going to kind of do, get those little chunks of yardage each play. Keep moving the ball forward every play and get a little bit positive. Just kind of push it. But you got to hurry, though, down by 20.
Twins each side. Goebel now is going to look to throw. And Braves got an incredible break that time. Should have been picked off through the hands of number 2, Corey James, one of the guys you expect to be one of your top hands players defensively, especially when he's your starting quarterback.
Yeah, I think he was trying to kind of jump up for the ball, and he came down. I think he just kind of misjudged it. It just goes right through his hands. Great break for the Banks Braves, because that's something you definitely don't want to have happen right there in that situation.
Well, we'll see if the Braves keep it on the ground with 3rd down and 3. They've had a little bit of success with Justin Walters in the first half. Clock stops with 5:14 left following the incompletion. Goebel is going to look to throw again and evades a tackle. Pass is caught and hit immediately. Catch is made by, I think, Jamar Flippin, numbers. It's Jamar Flippin, first down up to the 40.
Good chunky yardage that time, and just kind of, doing a great job, Cooper Goebel, of getting out of danger there and just buying time, finding the receiver.
They're going to mark it at the 37. Braves look to go quick on offense, and Walters gets a couple yards past the 40. Gain of about 4, maybe 5 yards. Good pickup on the ground on first down.
Yeah, another 5-yard run by Justin Walters, doing a great job running out of the backfield, and Banks is moving the football with the clock running for 40 and counting. 4 yards.
2nd down and 6 from the Braves 41. 4.5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Still plenty of time, down 3 scores. Goebel. And now pressure in the backfield, gets out of the pocket, avoids another blocker, and may have a first down, and spins and brought down after a first down all the way up to midfield and a late flag.
Number 16, Cooper Goebel, scrambling for 10 yards, first down.
Another great run by Cooper Goebel. He's just not getting any protection back there.
They're going to call an illegal block in the back against the Braves, and this is going to come back.
Two steps forward, 1 step back. That's the way it's kind of gone for the Banks Braves today. They get some momentum, they get some yards, and then make a mistake or a big penalty, and they go back, and it
And Taylor Littlejohn had his hand out like he may have been the culprit. Jason Tufts, across the way, offensive coordinator for the Braves, comes out and tries to get an explanation from the officials. Second down and 7. Goebel has some room again and is going to get another first down, and he's up past midfield, down close to the 40.
Great running ability right there, displayed by Cooper Goebel again, and he made sure of it by clearing some space as he was going down, put his helmet down, and moved the defender out of the way, and showing a little bit of life here with 3:38 to go in the 3rd quarter.
A gain of 24 for Cooper Goebel on the quarterback keeper as the play broke down. I think it was originally designed as a pass play. Couldn't find anybody open, though, and just kept it, and the seas parted, and he took advantage of it.
Right, he's just not getting any protection, so he's having to make his own space.
Give to Walters again, breaks a tackle, and gets about 3 yards, close to the 40. Looked like he initially had more, but I think if he had chosen the right hole, he would have got more space, but tried to kick it outside, and there was a defender there, under 3 minutes. Hunter Smith, the lone receiver to the near side, 3 to the top with Flippin and Chuck White. Walters the lone back, and again, pressure comes. Goebel evades, throws way downfield, and thrown up, and jump ball! And it's going to belong to Estacada.
Yeah, it was intercepted. It's kind of going right for the Banks receiver, but a great job by the Estacada defender right there to jump up right with him, stride for stride. He just jumped the route and took it away right at the goal line.
And if that's a catch from the Braves, it's 1st and goal inside the 5. So again, if the Braves are able to hold here and force a turnover, at least force Estacada into a 4th down situation before the end of the 3rd quarter and get it back to 2 scores. And off the left side, and has some room up the middle and gets at least another 5 yards. I think it's Corey James.
And that's been the problem tonight, Trevor, is that Banks just has not had any answer for stopping that running game.
Gain of 8, 2nd down and 2 from.
I think it'll be very, very interesting come October 1st when Estacada plays Gladstone, a team that beat Estacada last year.
And another 1st down for Behrman. That past the 20.
Last year, of course, this past spring, the spring season.
Number 39, Jake Behrman with a carry. 8 yards. Result of the play, Ranger 1st down.
First and 10 from the Rangers, or from the Braves 22. Give off the far side, and another hole. Still pushing forward, number 22. James Durand. We have a whistle.
Number 22.
We have an injured player for the Braves.
6 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Jamar Flippin is down on his back. 1 minute exactly to go in the 3rd quarter.
Somebody has claimed the 50-50 ticket already. Just a reminder, the helmet is still
End of the 2nd quarter. Listen to this score. Number 1 Marshfield 40, Churchill 6. 3.5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Number Mazama all over number 2 Crater in 5A, 42-14. Timeout to Jamar Flippin, and no, it's not Jamar Flippin, it's number 2, Jack Lyda. Is sitting up. It doesn't appear to be any type of a neck or a back injury.
Oh, good golly.
And now Jack will be helped off the field and will walk off, aided by a couple of players on the coaching staff. 1 minute to go in the 3rd quarter. Estacada with the football up 27-7.
Each and every game, year after year. But I personally want to thank Dylan.
Again, no Tyler Exline or Ramsey Herring, as they have both graduated last year and are now with Eastern Oregon in LeGrand.
Came up and said, eat these and just.
Estacada wants to go quickly. 2nd down and 4 from the Braves 27. And Corey James tries to spread it out, and maybe a late flag against the Braves. No flag late. No flag.
I think everybody.
Oh, now they are. Oh, that's maybe against Estacada, though, with it being so late.
Everybody in the stands was getting up. I think they saw that extra late hit out of, thinking it was an extra late hit out of bounds, but it might be against the coaches trying to lobby for it.
And the Braves had finally done a good enough job defensively to spread it out, and they're going to call it against the Rangers, against the coaching staff.
Yeah, there's a reason that they put the little sportsmanship thing right here on the bottom of the rosters, and that is expected for coaches, players, and spectators to follow, and it is the job of the officials to make sure that coaches, players, and spectators act accordingly to the sportsmanship policy, and if you break it, it's a penalty no matter what.
And Corey James came off the field limping a little bit after that last play.
It's like everyone's got to follow that sportsmanship thing. If you break it, you're going to get penalized. Period.
49.6 seconds to go in the third. Second down and 13 for the Rangers from their own 20.
That's a rule that I fully support. I stand by it. They are coming down on that
and
hard
another
this year.
flag.
I 1,000% support that rule.
And number 58 for the Braves, Logan Kind, having some issues with his back. Late hit against Estacada, and that's going to move them back another 10 yards.
Yeah, as a Braves fan, you just got to take this right here because you haven't been getting anything, and if Estacada is going to kind of implode a little bit, if you will, let them and just But now you got to get in there and you got to stay in your game. Stay in your game. If they're going to get uncomposed, you got to be composed, and you got to take advantage of it.
So 1st and 20 from their own 10. The clock will start as we wind down the third quarter. Braves trailing 27-7.
The phrase from the great movie, Remember the Titans, attitude reflects leadership. Well, that little last penalty right there, that is a classic example. Attitude reflects leadership. The players went as the coaches did right there.
And the give off the far side is going to be a first down, as the Rangers will have time for one more play. 6 seconds left to go in the third quarter, up 27-7.
Little sarcastic cheering there by the crowd aimed at our officiating crew.
After 3, number 5 Estacada 27, Banks, number 3 Banks 7. We'll be back with the final quarter in 30 seconds.
Thinking about buying or selling a home? Sarah Hesselman, Realtor with Keller Williams Realty, will help you with your real estate needs. Call 503-313-0748 or email Sarah at sarahhesselman.com. Serving your community daily and proud to support the starting lineup of your bank's Braves. Sarah Hesselman, Realtor with Keller Williams Realty. Call 503-313-0748.
Small businesses represent so much more than the uniqueness of our area and the personality of our communities. Local business also represents the hard work and history of the places we live, which is why Wana Credit Union is staying open, so that your business can stay open too. Wana Credit Union offers all types of commercial lending options, including business credit cards, vehicle and equipment loans, small business lines of credit, and more. Stop by a branch, reach out to our commercial team, or check out wanafcu.org to open your doors and keep them open so that your business thrives for years to come. Wana Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
Yeah, doing it in Estacada, doing so on the run. I mean, they've only thrown the ball 3 or 4 times this game, and it's been pretty much all on the ground.
Corey James, this time not much there, and it's going to be 3rd down.
Great penetration up the middle by the Banks defense right there to just finally push him, knock Corey backwards a little bit.
Waylon Rydell, actually the ball carrier. Third down and 4, and this may be the ball game for the Braves if they're able to come up with the stop and get the ball back. And James to throw, and he has overthrown, and it's 4th down.
Great coverage that time in the backfield, and great sportsmanship by the receiver, giving the high five there. But just great coverage by Banks all the way around, and 4th and 4, and I think we might see Estacada punt actually this time as James goes way deep.
Cameron Johnson, the intended receiver for Estacada, back for the Braves around his own 30-yard line is Jamar Flippin. Kicked by Corey James, and it's going to be downed. I think at the 30, 10-13 left, and Braves need to score on this possession. Down 3 touchdowns with 10-13 left, and there's a flag back near the 35. Holding against Estacada. Will they make them re-kick it? No, they're going to tack it on from the end of the play.
So I'll move the... Yeah, that makes more sense right there. I was going to say that kind of weird at the end of the play. I mean, so they're going to start at the 46 versus the 36? Right. Yeah, certainly you're going to back them up and make them play because now you're going to get better field position.
And hopefully they get a better kick in the eyes of Jamar Flippin. If he can take one to the house here, that would pull the Braves back within 2 scores, and just with his speed, he could probably do it and still have 10 minutes left on the clock.
Need to hear a few more cheers from the great contingency that made the trip over from Banks.
High snap, kick is away, and Jamar. Oh, it went off of an Estacada player. And Jamar got back on it. I think it went off of an Estacada player, though.
Yeah, it looks like it kind of might have he tried to fall on it and scored it away, and I think he got back on it again. So, I mean, Banks is going to come away with the ball, but wow. That ball, oblong ball, does funny things when it hops off things.
Well, that play took 12 seconds, still just over 10 minutes left on the clock, but no Jamar Flippin return for a touchdown. In fact, nearly gave the ball back to Estacada. 27-7, 10:01 to go in the game. Goebel and the Braves offense running out of time, down 3 scores. High snap, looks to the near side. Pass caught, flipping, able to shake off a defender. Down the near side, shakes off another defender, stays in bounds. No, they're going to rule him out up past the 45.
I don't agree with that at all. I was watching him right there at that particular spot where the referee is right there, and that's a horrible call right there. I'm just going to say it. You don't want to harp on him, but that is horrible because I watched his feet. He was on the other side of that white line. He stayed in bounds. That's an awful, unfortunate break.
Gain of 15 on the catch by Jamar Flippin. Ball is marked at the 46.
Jamar, you got robbed.
Well, you know, Estacada is called the Rangers. We'd always call the Rangers to come out and Walters off the far side, has some room, and looked like nearly a horse collar. Yeah, they are going to call it, and that'll be another Braves first down.
I was going to say, you and I saw the same thing. I was going to say great blocking, and then I saw the horse collar. It's like that's an obvious one right there. Home crowd over here, of course, they're going to boo and complain, but that was obvious.
I saw Cole Linehan almost come out of his pants about the same time I noticed the flag go in the air. Once I saw the flag thrown, I knew what it was for.
Well, you've got another first down by penalty, and you likely were going to get a first down there anyways, but you just got to continue this drive and continue going in. Don't waste any time because only 9:43 up there on the clock in the game. You got to score right now, and Estacada, of course, going to take a timeout, but you know what? This actually helps Banks because now it gives them time to talk about it and go over some things. So we'll see what it comes out.
9:43 to go in the contest. Banks trailing 27-7, but on the move after a horse collar and a first down inside the Rangers 35. We'll take a 30-second break and be back after this from Christy Van Meter at Caliber Home Loans.
Rankings are important numbers in determining Oregon high school playoffs. So are rankings when choosing a lender to help you with purchasing or refinancing your home. Our local community home loan expert, Christy Van Meter at Caliber Home Loans, is ready to help you win the day. Call Christy today for all of your home loan needs at 503-327-5302 or caliberhomeloans.com/kvanmeter. Christy Van Meter, NMLS number 1700271, state licensed in Oregon, an equal housing lender. All products are subject to credit and property approval.
And we're back, 1st and 10 for the Braves from the Estacada 33. Goebel, pass just a little too high, intended for Flippin, second down.
Incomplete pass intended for number 7, Jamar Flippin.
Update from Milwaukee. Milwaukee with 7:13 to go in the third quarter, leading Rex Putnam 21-16.
Raffle tickets, the ones you purchased to try to win that autographed Rangers helmet. Have them ready. I'll announce the number at the next break.
9:39 to go in the fourth quarter, 27-7. Rangers a 3-score lead. Goebel pass, lobs it over towards the sideline, intended for Aaron Brown, and now it's third down.
15, Aaron Brown, just out of his reach. All right, once again, get out those raffle tickets. I have the winner.
Actually, further update after 3 quarters. Putnam leading Milwaukee 23-21.
4-1-5.
It's a 4A, 5A game.
6-0-4-1-5. Please take your ticket up to the
Milwaukee, a 5A school playing 4A football, so no surprise that Putnam and Milwaukee, both located in Milwaukee, that would be a close game with a rivalry score. High snap to Goebel, bobbles the snap, gets away, now breaks another tackle, spins, gets another, breaks away from another tackle, and gets the first down all the way inside the 20. And an injured player for the Braves. I think he's holding his hand, number 60.
Number 16,
Taylor Littlejohn.
16 yards, result is a first down.
that's going to go down as officially a 16-yard run for Cooper Goebel, but he ran about 40 yards on that play to get 16 yards. I mean, he basically led Estacada on a little maze through this football field, running 30, 40 yards. Excellent, excellent job. I really got to give it up for Cooper Goebel being like the hero of this game because, I mean, he's been running for his life all night long, hasn't gotten much help, and just been a great job of making something out of nothing.
And he's kept the Braves' slim chances alive here as we're inside 9.5 minutes left, down 3 scores. Brown goes in motion with Walters, gives it off the far side, short side of the field, and a big push close to another first down. I think he's got it.
I think he got past this beam that I'm looking at.
Clock continues to move, though. No, it's going to be 2nd down and 2. 8:45 left, 27-7. Braves trailing by 3 scores.
Are they going to measure it?
Justin Walters. 9 yards on the play. 2nd down.
2nd down and 1. Ball to the far side with Flippin and Chuck White to the near side. Walters moves to the left of Brown and has the first down and more inside the 5. 1st and goal for the Braves with 8:19 left. Still plenty of time.
Well, trailing by 20 right here. If you can punch it in at this point for a touchdown, at some point you got to be thinking, well.
Goebel, the give, and he's going to be hit in the backfield. And short, I think the give to Walters again. He's going to lose about a half a yard.
Loss of a yard on the play. 2nd down.
Braves taking a lot of time in their huddle, getting some new personnel. Get a lot of time. They get the call from the sidelines, and then Cooper brings it back in.
7.5 minutes left, down 3 scores. 2nd and goal from the 2. Goebel, high snap, able to bring it down, and gets outside and is going to be thrown down back at the 10.
Yeah, that still has Banks is still having problems with the offensive line. I mean, Estacada is just breaking right through the line tonight, and Cooper Goebel is just, I mean, credit to Cooper because he has been getting out, but that time he just had no chance. A high snap to begin with, so.
And this is 4 down territory, under 7 minutes left, down 27-7. 3 receivers all to the near side. Brown goes in motion left to right. High snap. Goebel pass. Oh. Right to Hunter Smith and unable to make the catch. 4th down, and this is most likely the ball game for the Braves, down 3 scores with 6.5 minutes left.
Yeah, at this point you just have to go ahead and go and try to for the end zone. I mean, even though you're on the 4-yard line, you could come away with some points, but down 20, 3 points isn't going to do you a lot of good. You gotta put it in.
4th and goal from the 6. 6:33 left.
Estacada student section down to our left. They are bringing the noise.
Smith, Flippin, and Chuck White to the near side. Walters to the right of Goebel. Another high snap. Breaks down. Goebel gets away. And is going to dive back forward and is going to get maybe back to the line of scrimmage. And the ball's going to go back to Estacada on downs.
Well, the good with the bad right there, you don't get in. You're still down by 20, but now Estacada is going to take the ball over inside their 5-yard line.
And they're going to go back to doing what they do best, keeping the ball on the ground. And
they can essentially run out the clock. Yeah, Trevor, I think there's going to be some offensive line work on that offensive line this week in practice, or at least a lot of film to dissect. Going to have to shore that up. A big road trip next week.
Cooper Goebel, a pretty tall quarterback at 6'5", and almost every snap we've seen this year has been high, where he's actually had to leap to make the catch. And there's a gain up to just past the 10, but gain of about 4 or 5 yards for Estacada will bring up second down.
Number 2 with carry, Corey James. 4 yards on the play, second down.
Clock under 6 minutes. 27-7 Estacada. Braves look like they will drop to 1-1. And James keeps it, and I think he'll be short of the first down, but it'll be third down and about a yard.
Corey James with the keeper. Take 3 yards on the play, third down.
Clock will be under 5 minutes when Estacada snaps the football. And it's a first down give up the middle. Estacada is going to win this game up 27-7. Under 5 minutes left.
7 yards on the play. Result of the play, Rangers, first down.
Banks will be at Hidden Valley next Friday. Estacada will host another 4A District 1 opponent, Seaside. And the give to Behrman, or Waylon Rydell up the middle. Update from Churchill, Marshfield 47, Churchill 6.
Number 22, James Duran with the carry. 16 yards, result of the play, Rangers, first down.
Correction number 42, James Ray, the ball carrier for Estacada. And number 22, James Duran, nearly taking one to the house. Estacada will have a chance to go up 4 scores with less than 4 minutes left.
James Duran, 39 yards on the play, result, Rangers, first down.
I think we have a timeout. Timeout Banks, 3:47 left. Estacada 27, Banks 7. We'll take it. We'll be back in 30 seconds after this. Terry Powell, American Family Insurance, timeout.
Proudly serving our neighbors in Washington County since 1946, LaHaye's is your destination for locally made Letterman's jackets, custom embroidery for business apparel or a unique gift, and scouting uniforms and supplies. LaHaye's is on the corner of 3rd and Main in historic downtown Hillsboro. Open Wednesday through Friday, 10 to 6, Saturday, 10 to 4, and anytime online at lahayes.com or call us at 503-648-2341.
Nine 10.
And we're back, 3:47 left following Banks timeout, 27-7. Estacada to give up the middle, close to another first down inside the 10, still carrying defenders close to the goal line. It'll be second down.
Number 27, Hunter McDonald with the carry. 9 yards, second down.
Second and 1 from the 6. And Chris McDonald,
Caleb McDonald.
Hunter McDonald is in for the touchdown. 34-33-7 Estacada.
Number 27, Hunter McDonald with the carry, 5 yards for the touchdown.
No, Estacada apparently missed the extra point. 2:53 left. Estacada 33, Banks 7.
Banks Braves 7 and your Estacada Rangers 33. I'd like to take a quick second to thank the fans from Banks
See if we can
for making
get
the trip
you
out here. We do appreciate having you. Thank you guys.
Some updated scores from Twitter. Nothing new to report from the scores we gave you earlier. .253 left. Banks won 22 straight from the second game of the 2018 season all the way up to the 2019 state championship. Low squib kick. And Aaron Brown is going to take it off the far side and be downed at about the 33-yard line with 2:45 left.
He ran about 10 yards east and west and then turned the corner and got about 5 yards north and was stopped right there. It's the kind of night it's been for the Banks Braves offense. Like, they've showed some fight at times, showed some strong, but just, wow, just too much of that suffocating option attack for Estacada here tonight. So definitely it's really cliche, but you know it's true. They're going to have a lot to watch on film, a lot to dissect now and straighten some things out before next week. Gets no easier.
Goebel looking and is now going to step up and run and get up past the 35. It'll be second down.
Number 16, Cooper Goebel with the keeper. 5 yards on the play. Second down.
Gain of 5 to the 37. And Astoria, Seaside, and Tillamook all look to be possibly top 10 teams, all in the 4A District 1, as Goebel throws out, pass caught by Chuck White and spun down hard, close to the first down.
Pass complete to number 32.
First down Braves, 1:50 left.
On the play, first down.
Goebel will stay in at quarterback. Walters to his right. Tight formation, 3 receiver set. Flippin and Brown with Goebel rolling right, throws, caught Chuck White, and spun down hard at midfield, about 2 or 3 yards short of the first down.
Pass complete to number 32, Charlie White. 7 yards on the play. First down.
Goebel out of shotgun. Now will roll out of the pocket to his right and keep it, and dives, I think, to the first down marker out of bounds to the far side. Clock stops, 48.5 seconds left.
Yeah, he leaned down, sort of lunged over to get it. I think they're going to give it to, yeah, they do. First down. Cooper Goebel giving them more life.
Number 16 on a scramble. Cooper Goebel.
The Estacada student section
6 yards on the play, first down.
giving some unsportsmanlike comments there in the crowd.
33-7 Rangers, 49 seconds left. Goebel, again a high snap. Seems we've said that all year. Pass is caught by Chuck White down inside the 25. Braves trying to add one more score late to try to make things a little more respectable here late.
Of course, the clock will stop at this point to get the chains moving, although it started before the chains really got set. There's your home field advantage.
Goebel rolls right, throws past intended for Hunter Smith, slipped and fell and tried to get back up on his knees as the ball was arriving and couldn't reach over his shoulder in time to make the catch.
I think the clock operator here was looking for more of those cheeseburgers our PA announcer keeps talking about.
Or deep-fried Oreos.
Yeah. I've heard that phrase more times than I want tonight.
I think he's been more concerned with deep-fried Oreos than he has the game.
Yeah.
Make some noise for you boys. Come on, bring them home.
26 seconds left. Second down and 10 from the 24. 33-7. Goebel. Walters to his right. Rolls right. Still looking. Now will step up and keep it. Inside the 20. Slides down about a yard short of the first down. Clock continues to move. Yeah, because he didn't get to the first down marker, and that's going to do it.
Number 16 with the scramble.
I think Banks is out of timeouts as well. So
Second down.
they're going to try and get it off.
They get the play away. Goebel throws. Charlie White makes the catch. Is it a touchdown? No, out of the side of the end zone, incomplete. Final score, number 5 Estacada 33, number 3 Banks 7. We'll take a 1-minute break and be back to wrap things up when we return and get ready for Hidden Valley next week in Grants Pass. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
At American Family Insurance, protecting farms is at the heart of what we do. After all, it's where we got our start more than 90 years ago. We understand it's more than a farm, it's your life. And that's why we offer customizable policies that protect what you've worked for. Let's build the policy your farm deserves.
Call American Family Agent Terry Powell in Gaston, 503-521-8842.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
American Family Insurance.
Banks Post newspaper is the official news provider of West Side's greatest hits. Listen hourly for West Side news from the Banks Post newsroom. Banks Post newspaper covers Banks, Manning, Buxton, Roy, and surrounding western Washington County communities. If you'd like more information on the Banks Post or want to pick up a copy, visit a local business today. You can also visit their website at bankspost.com or their Facebook page, Banks Post. And we're back. Final score, number 5 Estacada 33, number 3 Banks 7. Cooper Goebel, our Oregon National Guard player of the game, trying to pull up some late scores to give you before we sign off. Mazama all over Crater earlier, 42-14. As Trevor's doing that, just as the fans, great contingency. Just want to shout out to you, Banks Brave Nation. Great contingency that made the trip over. That is a long trip over from Banks here to Estacada. Get through all that rush hour traffic on a Friday afternoon to come over, get through Portland and to the other side of the Portland metro area. So. Great job for those of you that could make the trip and support this team. I know they appreciate that support on the road, and hopefully you can make it down to Grants Pass next week to give the team some support there as well on the sidelines. But if you can't, we are going to make the trip down, and we're going to have that for you, as we do each and every game, to bring the action to you. And the Braves looking to get right a little bit, get back in the drawing board this week, and just watch game film. That's the way you get better. You know, you just watch game film, and you can only go forward. You can't go backwards, and they'll be ready. Coach Linehan, I have a lot of respect for Coach Linehan. He does a great job, and his coaches, Sam Riddle down there, you know, who's had a lot of great success with Linfield, which, by the way, I want to give a little shout-out. Jacob Slifka, Banks Braves alumni, is going to be he and the Linfield Wildcats going to get their season finally underway next week in Week 2 in D3 football. That game is at the Cat Dome in McMinnville. If you've never checked out a game, well, as I mentioned, I did some work with Linfield, and there is no better place in college football anywhere in this state of Oregon. I'm telling you, anywhere in this state of Oregon, there's no better place in college football to watch a game than the Cat Dome in McMinnville. So Jacob Slifka, good luck to you and Linfield opening up your season tomorrow afternoon. I believe that game starts at 1 o'clock. Go LinfieldWildcats.com for more information. Go LinfieldWildcats.com. Updates from other 4A District 1 games tonight. Astoria in a close one at Gladstone. Gladstone 21-20. Last score we had reported on that in the fourth quarter. As we expected, Seaside 41, Newport nothing. That game just, that report coming only in the second quarter. Our game tonight, again, Estacada over Banks 33-7. Hidden Valley all over Malala in the first half, 30-0 in the second quarter. Philomath back and forth with Blanchette up 27-25 late in that contest. We told you earlier about what Marshfield did to Churchill. Still do not have a report from Newport or from Tillamook and Marist. As we expected, Woodburn 54, Valley Catholic nothing. So in the last 2 weeks, Valley Catholic has been outscored 8-0 in 2 contests. Cascade, that game against Elmira, listen to this score. The Cougars put up nearly 80 points in Veneta. 79-0 is the final. Trying to look at Klamath Union out of Skyline Conference. Another 4A team loses again tonight, 35-14 at Burns, a 3A program. LeGrand and McLaughlin, no score reported as the Greater Oregon League starts league play actually this week. And that's about all the finals we have for you, or all the scores we have reported so far. So Jonathan, Hidden Valley next week. Hopefully the offensive line can get some things figured out before they get ready to take on what appears to be another very potent offense in the Hidden Valley Mustangs.
Yeah, I'm sure that the Banks Braves will have a great game plan. They'll work on some things, and I know Coach Linehan and his staff is just going to say, the team, hey, just put this. They're down there right now in the end zone to our left talking about it, and I know that they're just or excuse me, to my right, not to my our left, but they're talking about this one. They're just saying, hey, you just got to put it behind you. It's in the rearview mirror and move forward. Eyes towards Hidden Valley. Hey, wanted to say one thing about that score, that 79-0 score. I kind of want to know, Elmira, they were dealing with COVID issues last week, so I want to know, how many were available for that game and how many were available for practice. I mean, they're kind of getting back for that. And, that's kind of the new normal we're going to have to deal with this season is with the COVID test and everything like that.
Well, the other thing, too, for Cascade to score 79 points, that all would have had to have come in the first half when you think about the 40-point rule.
Yeah.
Can you imagine scoring 79 points in one half?
Yeah, that's
got to be close to a high school record.
Yeah, that's almost unheard of. That's crazy.
Yoncalla, the school that Jonathan's familiar with, where we both kind of grew up in that area, I'm a Yoncalla alumni, and a couple years ago, maybe close to 10 years now, Matt Bragg, who I went to school with, his program defeated Mapleton, scoring 100 points in a high school football game, but that was like 100-82. It was like a basketball game for 8-man football, but for a team to score 79 points and not have it be a final in the fourth quarter, almost seems like maybe that game, all those points could have been scored in the first half, and I don't know how that's even possible to score, even get that many possessions in a half.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I just want to know how many people were actually dressed for that game for Elmira.
Well, that'll do it for us. Again, our final score, number 5 Estacada picks up the victory, 33 over number 3 Banks 7. That's our final score. Thanks for listening.
Great job, Cooper.
Good job tonight, Cooper Goebel, our Oregon National Guard hero. The game kept a couple of drives alive in the second half with his feet, doing all he can to try to keep his team in the game. But too many issues with the offensive line and not enough opportunities for Jamar Flippin to use his speed and get through some holes. And hopefully the Braves will do a better job of putting points on the board next week. Thanks for listening to tonight's broadcast. I want to thank all of our sponsors for joining us this season. I want to thank Jonathan Lee for joining me this season and for helping me have someone to talk to during broadcasts. Thanks for listening to tonight's game, and we hope to see you back tomorrow for volleyball at Forest Grove. Thanks for listening, and